Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, and welcome to the Chaos 120 live stream for this, the 1st of June, 2018. It's been a really interesting week, folks. I just want to tell you, it's been interesting. That is actually the best way to sum it up. We're going to see if we can actually have anyone else add to the vocabulary of this week. Like I said, I thought it was interesting, but other people might have other opinions, and that's why it's not all about me tonight. It's about the panel. So let's start with the panel. Joining us, I'm going to introduce everybody, starting from my screen on my left, going across. So you guys have to pay attention to the avatars when everyone speaks, because what I see is not what you see. Okay, and we're taking it from here. Now, we have with us tonight, for the first time I've ever streamed with this young lady, and it's such a small world. She's actually from my hometown of Long Island, New York. This is Harley Quinn's Happy Hour. How are you doing tonight, Harley?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. It's really refreshing to be streaming with a fellow Long Islander for once. It's
I know,
it's
right?
a rare treat. Yes, definitely.
The accent is mostly gone now. It's really sad.
Oh, it's all right.
Every now and then it'll come back.
I was going to say, you got to come home for the summer. You'll be going home, and when you go back home, back down to where you are now, yeah, you'll have it back. You'll pick it up that quick. So.
Every time I visit my cousins and my aunt, it always comes back. But this summer I'm going to Louisiana. And my boyfriend
back some Cajun cooking.
My boyfriend is from he's from Australia. He's living in Norway. I don't know. He does parody songs on YouTube, but like that's kind of how we met. And then he's coming here for the first time, and then I'm gonna take him. My parents are for some reason dislocated and in Louisiana, so we're going to Baton Rouge and New Orleans. So
wow,
that should be interesting.
That's actually really interesting. Yeah. That's a lot of cool stuff that you got to talk about. So I definitely want to hear more about this later on when we get down the road in the stream, because it sounds to me like you're a very interesting person, and so glad I asked you on. Definitely.
William Pittman in the chat says Harley Quinn's Happy Hour. That means we can understand you now.
I'll go with that.
Oh, Parsnip's doing good. He's sleeping now.
Oh, is that your dog, Parsnip?
No, that's my boyfriend.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he does. A lot of people know him. He does random anus parody songs and some anti.
I've gotten to know him a little bit on Twitter. We've tweeted back and forth to each other.
He's a super nice guy.
Celestial Parsons, but he's a really talented guy.
Well, if you could then, any of his... I'm sorry.
He does know people. He should stop.
Any of his videos, if you want. I have in my Discord, there's a channel for music videos called the Cathedral of Octaves. Yes, I know, I'm a nerd. You can just definitely put them in there, because I want to check out his stuff.
Swiftler got banned on YouTube. It's on his BitChute, though.
All right, I got to check that out. I myself am actually off of Twitter and off of a few different things, but we'll go into that. But
he's been banned for like the millionth time.
Yeah,
the anti-Twitter club. I got perma-banned. It sucks.
Yeah. No, you guys. I'm the anti-Twitter club. I'm OG. I never got a Twitter account.
Oh, no, I just called a hate speech strike for making fun of mariachi bands on YouTube.
What?
Oh, you're just relating it to mariachi bands?
Yeah, man, it is what it is.
Apparently, everyone on the stream
That's my favorite banning ever.
Yeah, seriously. Apparently, everyone on this stream has crossed swords with Big Brother at least once. But
mine's been on Facebook.
Doesn't notice me. I'm so.
I haven't.
That's what I was.
God damn it!
They don't.
And I try to be. I try to be
blocked twice by Facebook for quote unquote misuse of words.
Wow.
I try to get fucking banned off of Twitter. I didn't have a Twitter for a very long time, but yeah, your review. Yeah.
We got to get our status updated to mostly harmless and right quick because this is not okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
Scooby. My brother asks, if you were to date Snooki, would you be Snooki Doe?
Cal, you're a bastard.
Why would anyone wish that type of torture on somebody?
Okay, real quick. There was a while ago. I had a free subscription to Rolling Stone magazine. I don't remember doing this. I just suddenly got one day. Now I take it as a personal point of pride to be as far out of the loop with popular culture as I possibly can. I got this magazine. I look at the cover and it says Snooki's Wild Ride. As soon as I read that, I turned it over. I looked at it again. I'm like, the very first words out of my mouth were, "What the fuck is a Snooki?"
Oh my goodness!
Don't find out.
Don't go down that road.
I read the article and I regret it.
Man, look, I feel like if I could date her and a bunch of other chicks, I could monkey branch. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like I could chase up that paradigm until I get to a chick with some money. You know, like I'd be all right with that.
Okay, yeah.
You may be fine with that, but I'm thinking, dude, don't stick your dick in crazy. Never stick your dick in crazy.
You're good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, good Lord.
I've got a meme somewhere of what it looks like when you stick your dick in crazy.
You know, we were streaming from inside of your vagina earlier.
No, you weren't.
We were playing Final Fantasy. Somebody was playing Final Fantasy 15. I was like, holy shit, how'd you get inside of Terrasyn's vagina?
It was so nice and cozy in there. And warm.
No, I promise I am not, anything like that. Hell no, I am not the woman that shaved her legs in the pool. No.
Oh my God, I once shaved my legs in a Publix bathroom.
Awesome. Was it Penn Station?
No, it was
no, Publix.
Publix is a store down here.
Yeah.
I thought you just said
they're opening some up in Virginia though.
I was going to go to SeaWorld and I looked down and I was like, oh man. So I was like, oh, I'll just change my shorts. And then I was like, oh man, winter coat. So then I went down into the aisles and got some razors and I shaved my legs in the bathroom. Because I'm classy, obviously.
Well, it's not that bad. This big woman, they showed her and she
I saw
yeah.
My boyfriend sent that to me because he was like, haha, remind you of anyone? And I was like, shut up. Because he was on the phone with me when I was like, I gotta shave my legs. And he's like, where are you gonna go? And I was like, in the bathroom.
That's awesome. You mind? I'm trying to get past you. You're in the way playing with that stuff. I'm on the air. Come on, move. Thank you. You're the best. Come on. Well, that was a very long intro. So, quiz. What do you got shaking? What's going on, brother?
How's it going? I'm Inquisitor 8.1. I'm on the YouTubes. Mostly doing Warhammer 40k miniature painting, like I'm doing right now. But yeah, just hanging out for now. Also a host on the Minions of the Zoo.
Awesome. So, Irv, what's shaking, man? What do you got going on?
I'm Irving Twin, the angry, not yet drunk Canadian. I have literally nothing in the works yet. But my election's coming, provincial election on the 7th. So, pray for us.
Are you running?
Not this cycle.
Oh.
Man, don't let Irv sell himself short. He's the best YouTuber you never heard of.
Fuck these psychos. Okay? I cannot run for office. Just accept it.
Yes, you can.
No.
Anyone can
Dude,
run
if
for
you already
office
had
here.
a crackhead for a mayor,
What the hell
you
am
can
I
run for office.
No, yeah, my platform will include a hookers and blow-based economy.
Get the millennial vote.
Hookers and blow-based economy? I'd move to Canada.
I feel like I would do well there. You know what I'm saying? Just keep that pimp hand real strong.
Yeah, seriously. All you gotta do is make pole dancing cover this vocational training, and you're good.
Hookers and blow. You will not care if it's 50 below.
Put some poles up in the interpretive dance classes.
That's my fucking slogan now.
Hell yeah.
My slogan.
Hookers and blow. It sure as hell beats bread and circuses.
And side note, one time my sister asked me, "So what do you want for your birthday?" And I said, "Hookers and blow." And she looks at me with cross-eyed and she says, "I'm not getting you blow."
Oh, your sister has cross-eyed?
Fine, I'll compromise.
That sentiment is beautiful, like poop in the rain. That's what a 3-year-old said to me about somebody singing today. It's my new favorite thing.
Like poop in the rain?
Like poop in the rain. He's like, it's beautiful, like poop in the rain. I was like, what does that even mean?
I have many questions.
As they say.
He's 3. I'm sure it's happened.
Hey, kids are weird. Believe me.
They're super weird. They're funny, though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I prefer, like, because my wife watches kids for a living. I don't mind taking them places because, you know, they say kids say the darndest things, but they're not kidding. Seriously.
Oh my God. They say the funniest things and they're super honest. So, like, if you ever want an honest answer, just ask a kid. Don't ask an adult. They'll be like, oh no, that looks fine. Ask a kid. They'll tell you. And it'll make your heart hurt. But
I've also noticed when you're an adult and you try to be as honest as when, you know, like as a child, people really tend to resent that.
Yeah, they do. That's why
I
mostly only have internet friends.
Yeah. Well, you've learned at this point not to ask me anything because I'm honest.
they say that they like that, though. Yeah. They're like, I really like that you're honest. And then they'll go and talk shit about you behind your back. And they're like, you'll find out about it because somebody else will be like, oh my God, did you know what so-and-so said? And you're like, well, they asked me. What was I supposed to say? Yeah, I can't do that myself. I'm one of those people, it's the Catholic guilt. It kicks in. I have to be honest. That's why people hated me around the neighborhood because they knew, you know, like you couldn't tell me that something bad was going to happen to somebody because I just couldn't. I can't. I'm just not like that.
Trust me, I understand that feeling. I have lost at least 2 groups of friends because I don't know how to keep my trap shut.
Yeah.
I have Asperger's, so...
You got burgers in your butt?
Yeah. Lots of them.
You know what? I was going to make a South Park joke, damn it.
It's really... it's really hurtful to my person, so it makes me honest.
But you got cheese and bacon all over the place.
Like a lot of times I don't even realize that I'm like being hurtful when I'm being hurtful.
My brother's the same way. He has Asperger's too.
And people just get so upset, and then you're like, oh man, that was a bad thing. I did a bad thing there, didn't I? And they're like, well, why would you say that? And I'm like, I don't know. It was what you asked, and I guess I should have been less harsh or whatever, but whoops.
You know, my nephew has that. You know, but we had him diagnosed. He doesn't have anything wrong with him. He's just an asshole.
That's what we used to call Asperger's back in the day, was being an asshole. But they came up with a clinical term so that you can, you know, I mean, catch some Social Security off of it.
I don't get Social Security.
You should try. You probably get it. It's a free chat.
Yeah, my brother would get it.
What? I don't know. I work because I'm able to work.
But he can still work and get a check for having Asperger's.
Man.
Every time you talk, I see a picture of a dude with a broad in his fucking chest. It's fucking
Hey, this is what happens when you stick your dick in crazy. And the shirt says, if you are reading this, you're too close. Below that, it says, I have a girlfriend.
Yo, man, this dude, he's not even a bad looking dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is he? This is what happens when you're raised by a single mom. You know what I'm saying?
I just always feel like if I do decide that I want to do like SSI or whatever, that first of all, I'm going to be indebted to someone else, which fuck that. I hate that shit. And second, I'm gonna end up paying taxes out of my check to pay myself in SSI. So it just doesn't make any sense to me because I'm also like an extremely like logically obsessed person.
Yeah,
So,
I feel
like,
like we could
about-
eliminate
I
a
was
lot
just
of
about to
IRS
say, you're
workers.
paying
if we
them
stopped
to pay
taking
you.
taxes out of government
Logic.
Yeah.
paychecks.
And I mean, it even bothers me that, like, when you pay your taxes and you make a tax return, I'm like, how many people have to touch that money? It's so inefficient. Because you're like, oh, I'm paying them all year, and then they're just sending me the money back.
Trust me. That's why I went to the Austrian School of Economics and never turned back.
I just
All you need is an online form. Just get an online form, have it all written in there, and no more paperwork. That's it.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't know if you were there, Makarov. I was
fill
gonna.
it out online, and then they send you more fucking paperwork.
Yeah.
Still, doing online paperwork beats doing the physical one. I
No,
can't write.
they send you physical paperwork. I know. I have a bunch sitting on my desk right now.
Tara, yo,
Fuck
text your
that
boyfriend,
shit.
tell him to hurry up.
I'm a behaviorist at a public
There's
school.
too many
I just
people
fill
in the
those
school that
SSI
get it.
forms out.
Not yet. No, somebody just dropped out. Tell him to hurry up.
Yeah, I figured Burnside was gonna happen. Actually,
He's gonna like he got the same message that I did, and he got booted, and then he ended up I ended up coming in when he got booted, and I said I feel bad. Now I took your spot, so there's a spot open now. So I was like, dude, hurry up! There he goes. That's my brother right there.
there was Burnside.
I made it.
There's my face, baby.
What up, Burnside?
The thing happened is I stuck my phone in the fridge and I charged it. And I charged it for like a good until I got back in here, however many minutes that was. And it started cooking.
Oh, it's if you want to call it working.
Someone's echoing.
Makarov, I keep seeing your screen light up. I think it's you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, It's just that I'm in the room right next to the vending machine, so maybe that's
okay.
the machine.
Oh, those fuckers tend to do
I'll
that.
just move away. No,
Well, I got you anyway. I was trying to get to you, but the conversation was just flying all over the place. What's going on, man? You got anything cooking? You got anything that you want to show?
Well, right now there's plenty of shit going on in Europe. I mean, every single day has something going on. But now, because they've made some new changes and new laws, like it's been pretty hectic here at work. A lot of new contracts to sign, a lot of interesting people to poke at, and not enough time. A shit ton of work going on.
Damn.
Overall.
That's a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's very tiresome.
That whole www.middlefinger.com thing used to really fuck things up over there.
The situation is very complicated.
Honestly, the first thing I saw about that is that the EU's never gonna fucking get it through. They're never gonna be able to enforce it.
No, that's not gonna happen. I mean, this is a. I don't know if you remember from the last conversation that we had. I told you that this is a typical example of power play. This is exactly what's going on right now. If you read the news, if you read the news very carefully, you're going to see just who is pushing it and why is it being pushed. It's exactly as I told you. They are using the mechanisms, legal mechanisms, to push everything that they want to push, specifically the Germans. And this is exactly what's going on here right now. And this time they're not even bothering, to say like, oh, we're just consulting because we have the legal right to consult. No, these are not consultations.
Well,
you had members. I mean, for fuck's sakes, you had members of the German government going to the European Parliament, lobbying people from their own individual member state. Which is like, for example, if Donald Trump went to the southern states and he was, I don't know, trying to push a law which would benefit the South, but to the explicit detriment to everyone else in America.
Yeah, that's
I was
all the time. That's just a normal thing for us.
Yeah.
Well, it's a normal thing for you, but here in Europe, it's kind of different.
Yeah, I feel like Europe is begging for us to give them some freedom. You know what I'm saying? I really do.
Well,
actually, it's quite the opposite.
No, they're
Quite the
begging.
opposite.
They're begging for us to come and drop freedom from drone strikes. It just seems that way to me personally.
Well, there are a lot of. I mean, I used to work with these people. I mean, I do have somewhat of an insider insight, but the thing
but
is, there are a.
Go on.
Sorry, I mean there. I mean, you can continue.
No, it was just like I remember you telling us about your whole thing where you basically just shut up a whole room of EU bureaucrats.
What the hell is?
Well, I was on maybe two of these meetings. On two of these meetings where I was the one, well, doing the shouting, because it's just fucking insane. It's ridiculous. I mean, what's the point of me being on a meeting if they're waiting for a specific group of people to make a specific statement about the decision that they already made in closed doors, and they're setting up meetings and sessions on a simple formality, at least according to them, completely disregarding the process and everything.
Right?
What?
You're being real vague about that for good reason, yeah? Well, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, I do have my own identity to protect. I mean, there's a shit ton of stuff going on from the inside, and that's why for some of the bullshit that they're doing, I'm not jumping out of my bed because I'm having nightmares because of them, and I'm definitely not being nervous or anything. I know exactly I know approximately how the things are going to go down for the next few years, and I'm really not scared. I'm really not bothered at all. Otherwise, by now I would be looking for employment in the Western country, some place where I can have
in America
a much bigger salary than where I am here right now, even though I'm very happy here where I am right now.
Yeah. Honestly, my whole view on the thing is, even if they get it by some miracle,
no, it's not going to happen.
I'm just saying as a hypothetical. Let's just give them everything and see where it goes. The United States would never let them enforce this shit, and you and I both know that VPNs leading to the United States would skyrocket.
It's not important what the VPNs in the United States want, because under the current EU law, all of the information is prohibited from being exported to US servers. So even if someone wanted to open a VPN there, immediately they will be shut off. The VPN wouldn't be allowed to sell them the VPN.
Well,
because that's it. That's what the current. That's exactly why this is a fucked up law. That's what this GD.
See, here's the thing, man. What you don't remember is this allowed word. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is America. We don't give a fuck what we're allowed to do. We just fucking do it.
Yeah. Yes, but here's the deal. It all comes down to a very, very simple state of affairs. If you want to do business in Europe, you have to comply with the local law. In this case, the European law. And if the European law says you can use the personal data which is stored on EU servers, but you can't take them out to America, either you comply or you lose the whole enterprise. All of the money and everything that you invested. That's the simplest explanation of this new ground rule that they started enforcing and, redefining and reshaping for the past 10 years.
Well, the kicker I was thinking of more, it wasn't the whole VPN thing, really. It was more along the lines of, okay, EU, you want to make me pay to link stuff. I'm America, and Uncle Sam has repeatedly shown they do not like it when other countries try to do that. Like, even if they wanted to, I question if it was even physically possible for them to enforce it without doing some back-assward thing that has to inevitably lead to a great firewall.
No, the Great Firewall is not going to happen. I mean, the law... I mean, do you remember this thing that they enacted maybe a few weeks ago? Or just, 10, 20 days ago, this GDPR.
Never heard of it.
The new law. This is the new EU regulation that they passed. They passed it 2 years ago, but it went into effect 2 weeks ago. And because of this, like this new directive that they are making that's why it is very problematic, because it would directly, like literally what they're doing with this new move, they want to incorporate these, they call them measures, which are fucking not. That for every single link that you use, you have to basically pay like a minor tax fee to the individual member state, that every single company, every single search engine, every single internet provider would have to pay for it. And in turn, they would then charge everyone else to pay, an extra fee, for visiting the websites. It would destroy the internet as you know it.
Dave,
not just for Europe, but for everyone.
Yeah,
it is stupid. And here's the good kicker. Here's a very good kicker. 6 or 7 months ago, the European Court has decided that it has extraterritorial jurisdiction.
You don't get to fucking decide that.
What do they mean
yes,
by
you do. In fact, that's in the United States of America. There are only two. Wait, sorry for breaking up.
Oh, I said, are you telling me that they're saying that Europe have territory?
No. That's not the thing. I mean, these are the same jurisdiction. These are the same authorities that are being exercised in America by the CIA and the FBI.
Okay, so two
only
other
CIA and
completely
FBI in the United States of America are the authorized branches of the federal government, aside from the U.S. military, which on paper should be used during the times of war. But during the peacetime, only the FBI and the CIA have the authority to enforce American laws anywhere outside of the United States. Anywhere. And that's basically the same thing that the EU decided to implement for itself. But this, I think, would only be implemented in cases of, high profile trading, currency transactions, Bitcoin, that sort of thing.
I could sort of see it if it's something in that line of things, but the way you're making it sound, and it could be me hearing things wrong, is the EU has said it has arbitration over the internet in general. Last I checked, no, you don't.
No, not in general. No. That's not the way they worded it. They have jurisdiction over any company that has any sort of a business connection or ties with Europe or the European Union. But the thing is, when you translate it into English, that's like everyone. Everyone. There is like in the US, like only like small businesses, small local businesses are like not tied in, to this global network, if you can call it like that.
Dildo factory is going to get taxed out the ass whenever their people try and order online.
Yes.
Well, I think the thing that is missing in Europe that isn't missing in America is a system of checks. Because if you look at the things that have happened to the CIA and the FBI recently, they've gotten hammered.
Hey, should we finish up the introduction?
Yeah, let's finish up the introductions. There's supposed to be a panel today.
we got Scap, we got Terracin, we got what the hell is your fucking name, man?
I am the bartender.
I think.
I am the bartender. It looks like we have Rational Outlaw lying mute in the wings.
Yeah, he's not talking. And then we got Skeptic.
Skeptic.
I'm listening.
Yeah, it's your turn to show.
Quiet.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it's your turn to show.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. I am Skeptic. I am most active on Twitter, and I make commentary about political and cultural things. I'm continuing my 5-year investigation of maybe making a YouTube video, and still haven't done anything about that, but. I spent part of the week in Twitter jail, in 12-hour Twitter jail. I've been shadow banned. I'm shadow banned about 12 hours out of every day. It seems to be some kind of rotating thing. And probably very much like everybody else in this panel.
Yep, you're very much home here, dude.
All right. Burnside.
Greetings, motherfuckers. Let's see here. I've got your avatar I need to make. I've got another flag for Inquisitor I got to get done. I've got Terror's videos I have to go and get all set up and rendered. And next Tuesday, Wednesday early, I got to go and get the rest of Backline done if possible. Unless I get any more technical difficulties. And that's about it.
Tara Sin, the motherfucking legend, the female, the lady with a stalactite full vagina. You want to go? With your cavernous fucking gaping hole full of devil bats and stalactites.
What the
Devil
fuck
bats,
did I come
baby,
back to?
stalactites, no.
Who wants to go?
Chupacabra running around inside of there.
No chupacabra. There's vampires.
Oh my god, fat giant.
Go ahead, man. Introduce yourself, sort of do-wop.
I'm Terracin. You can find me on pretty much any social media. I have an Etsy store, Terra and Roxy Craft. As Burnside mentioned, he's going to be working on a video of mine of American Bald Eagle. I'm going to the Waldo Flea Market Sunday to try and sell my wares. So if you are in the Alachua County area, just put on your Google Maps, Waldo Flea Market. It'll lead you right there. Or
you can look for the flea market with a striped shirt. One of the two.
No, it's not that kind of Waldo. No, you look for the big horse.
The big horse. I'm sorry. Okay.
And then tomorrow I'm working for my aunt, helping her host a pirate party.
Oh, gotcha. Sounds pimping. And I'm Tom Pease with P-Noid motherfucking news, man. I come on here. I'm on YouTube. You can find me there. I just called a hate speech strike for making fun of mariachi bands. So, is what it is. I got a stream on my bottom bitch Accelerate channel. Make sure you check them out. Find me on Discord. Find me on Twitter at P-Noid News. I mean, I post up almost everything I do. You know what I mean? Other than that, you know what I'm saying? I want to toss it back to the man, the legend, motherfucking Scooby 331. I'm sorry, my brother. The Long Island Guinea. Yo, I had to finish up the introduction. So
Hey, it's all good, baby. I was actually, I was looking for shit. I don't know where the hell I put my shit. I don't know what the fuck. It disappeared.
Usually I put my shit in the toilet. Tends to be where I put it.
No, I'm talking about my stash. Because the dog's been on, he's been on an eat-a-thon all night since she was out with her sister. This is what the dog does. He's like, I think he's codependent or some shit. He binge eats when she's gone.
Codependent? So, the fuck, psychologically breaking down your dog? Is that the situation at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I love this dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't like people, but I love my dog. So,
Patches is a good dog.
Oh, Patches.
He's like a half Greek, a half Puerto Rican, and mostly
you
Italian
missed my
individual.
cat coming in for a visit earlier.
I'll be real, man. I don't understand why you use that fucking avatar. You are a pimping ass looking dude. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
that's because he lives down the road from Antifa.
Yeah, I don't want them beating the hell out of me. And I'm worried they're going to hurt me, the dog, my wife. Plus, you know what it is? I don't want stalkers.
You don't want stalkers.
Remember, Scooby, I'm already a stalker.
What's wrong with
about to go to the bar and hire me a stalker? Like, shit.
No, he doesn't want stalkers who will come to his house and stare at him.
Yeah, I've had that already. So I'm good. Plus, believe it or not, I got like a self-esteem problem. I don't like being the center of attention. I feel weird. I don't like being like stared at. That's another reason I don't like to show my face.
I understand, man. As I said, I finished up your motherfucking introductions for you and shit. So we got everybody fucking covered. I'm pretty sure. We caught Burnside. We caught the bartender. We got Skepton. I think his dude's name. I tried, man.
By the way, if you make a YouTube video, you must make a skeptic joke at least once.
Bare minimum.
Well, what about? Let me ask.
Amazing. I tried for randomer cam, but it was taken.
What
really? That is a thing. I thought he came up with that name in a acid dream or something.
What about my man Rational Outlaw? Because he usually, I got to poke him to get him to speak. This guy's he's not a. All right, good. I'm saying, bro, I got to get you to to join in more because I watch your videos all the time. I love listening to you on Pine on stuff. That's why I have you on stream, and you're always so quiet and polite. You don't ever want to step on anybody. Bro, seriously, speak up. I want to hear what you got to say.
Well.
Well,
Hey,
that
it's
was
all
fucking
good, man.
interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't feel bad. Just hit people. Just hit them. Hit them. Hit
That's
them.
why I have a mallet.
I tried that Burnside. I almost got kicked out of high school.
I did
Because
get
you're a
kicked out of high
Protestant.
school.
I dropped out of high school.
Nah,
I wasn't allowed
You're
to.
early.
they
And I
they
still
frown when you
graduated 3
swing on
months
when you
before
swing
my
on the
class.
principal. They don't like that shit. You know what I mean? You can't be punching the principal and shit. They don't like that.
Oh, I
Oh,
knew
God,
that.
you think-
That he was a goddamn hero. He was a fucking legend at our school, man.
What the guy do?
He decked the principal.
No. What did the principal do? What did the
Oh,
principal
okay. This particular principal would chase students off of the campus to like hangouts nearby, like coffee shops and shit, with a video camera. Right? On school, I get it. Carry your video camera, right, on campus, film kids smoking where they're not supposed to, and catch them doing drugs. You bring that shit to the coffee shop off campus, that's like, I don't even know what that is. Like, you're filming 15 and 18-year-old girls.
Invasion
boys,
of
right?
privacy.
And this guy, now here's the kicker. This guy was president of student council. And
What
just
in the
marched up to him, knocked his camera out of his hand, and cracked him.
Like the head of the student council did this, or somehow the president was the head.
Yeah, and this was actually one of our two VPs. But yeah, he knocked the camera out of the VP's hand and just fucking socked him. It was
Wow.
That's
that's
he had
impressive.
a reason to do it, and that's the fun part.
You know, I would see that actually at least once a semester when I was in school. You'd see the cops up at the school at least once every couple of weeks because one of the students hauled off and belted one of the teachers.
But you
Now,
went to
this is-
school in New York.
Yeah.
Well, we had
gonna say-
probation officers at my school. You know, what I mean, I was on parole at fucking school and shit. I had an ankle monitor, I had to check in and shit.
Hey, this is Toronto though. This is like fucking bumfuck Canada.
Man.
I had a teacher when I was in junior high. I'll never forget it. His name was Mr. D'Elia. And Mr. D'Elia was close to retirement, and he didn't give a fuck. He did not care. I mouthed off to Mr. D'Elia's class. Mr. D'Elia is the reason I cut my hair short, because Mr. D'Elia grabbed me by my hair and dragged me out the hallway down to the principal's office by my hair. Now, this is the thing, right? You're all thinking like lawsuit, right? So I went and told my father. So my father went up there to go talk to this man. And so I come back into the classroom a little bit later because my father calls me, and my father starts yelling at me. Turns out my father and this man were both from the same part of Brooklyn.
Oh my God,
So-
that's funny.
My father goes in there, goes like this. He goes, it's like, hey, you put your hands on my son. And so the teacher looks right at my father, goes, you goddamn right I did. Your son's an asshole. He's got no respect. He needs to be straightened out. So my father looks at him and goes, all right, I'm listening. So the two of them started talking about the neighborhood, and I was actually like gobsmacked when I went in there, and like they sat me down. The two of them like started lacing into me. I didn't feel so bad though because afterwards, the toughest kid in school cheap shotted this teacher, and this teacher turned around and knocked out 6 of his teeth.
Yeah.
Nice.
Damn.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I had a principal, he was from Brooklyn. His name was Mr. Gargiulo.
Mm-hmm.
He grabbed the table and tossed it at me one time. He goes, you don't know who I know in Brooklyn. It's like, I don't know who I know in the Berg, and they could be here in 10 minutes. Listen, your motherfucking help's 3 hours away. Get the fuck out of my face. And I pushed the table out of my fucking way and got up and walked out.
Teacher threw me out a window once.
What did you do, Irv?
In her defense, I was trying to climb in through that window, so that's that's
Okay, no, you didn't get thrown out the window then. You got refused access.
Yeah, yeah, and I had also,
Is that how that works?
I had been kicked out of the class, went around to the window, tried to hop up, climb in to grab my bag, and she grabbed me by the wrist and just lifted them, and I went,
That's funny.
Wait, is that how that works? Because I called it attempted vehicular manslaughter charge for kicking a bitch out of a window one time we tried to jump in.
It was it was barely above a first floor window. Right? Like I could touch the sill of the window standing. So it wasn't that high.
I feel you, but I'm saying, like, I still caught that attempted vehicular manslaughter charge and shit. You know what I mean? Now I did, like, I had a favorable set of circumstances work out because they came to, like, when they served me with the fucking paperwork and shit for the charges, it was at my grandfather's funeral, and everybody was in from New York and fucking over back in the old world and whatnot. And, you know what I mean? I somehow managed to walk due to that. But yeah, you know what I mean? Fucking, I still called it attempted vehicular manslaughter charge for kicking a bitch out of a fucking moving vehicle. But she tried to jump in. See, I feel like the denied access thing should work for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense.
They kicked it up to, I forget what it is, what type of felony it is now. But if you're driving down the highway, like if you're walking and someone flings the door open and slams you with the door, that's like some sort of felony assault now. Carries a heavy charge. It used to just be a misdemeanor because I remember that happened a bunch of times when I was a kid. You know, like you'd be walking and all of a sudden someone would fling open the door and they, you know, I catch you and you go sailing. And, you know, if you were a smaller guy, you know, forget about it. You're probably getting your ribs cracked.
One of my friends did that to her brother. He was walking down the side of the road and her stepmom come up along and her stepmom is trying to, you know, go and pick him up on the side of the road. And my friend just opens the door and knocks the shit out of him, knocks him right on over.
I used to
I feeling one of those cases where someone somewhere lost an eye or something, and then somebody's got to do something, even if we don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, what happened a lot was there was a particular group of people I had a problem with in the neighborhood, and I got a reputation because they used to try doing that shit to me. So I started carrying in my pockets. I started carrying about 2 foot of chain, like the chain that you would use to like chain up a shed.
Yeah.
The thin chain. Yeah, I carry about 2 feet in each pocket. It's really not too much. And yeah, they door me with the thing. They come up and slam me with the door. I just grab onto the door and I'd start whipping the people in the car with the chain. So I got around the neighborhood and people stopped doing that to me.
Hey, Scooby, this is Skep. I've got to run off. I had a conflict. I didn't realize when I joined this stream that this other stream was going to start today. I just wanted to thank you for having me on. And,
not a problem, man.
And,
yeah, by all means, come back, Skep.
I'll be around. It's great talking with all you guys. Thanks so much.
Not a problem.
Have a good night.
It was a pleasure, man.
Hopefully we can see you again sometime.
Yep. Give my best to the rest of the minions, man.
I will. Talk to you guys later.
Yeah, later.
Hey, Scoob.
Yo.
Stalemate in the chat just said, "Oh, that's fucking gangsta, Scoob." But also earlier, he mentioned he's not super happy with your intro.
Yeah, I had seen that. You know what it is?
Too generic. Very professional.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Look, I'll be honest. I don't do catchphrases. That's just not my thing.
Your catchphrase is hey, hey.
Yeah, but you
that's
got to admit there's merit to my thing in the side chat there, right?
Yeah, no, I seen what you see, what you put. Yeah, well, we both know you want to dress up like a superhero with feathers somehow into the combination. So, whatever. if that works for you, then we'll go with it.
You remember the Condor, right?
What, Condor Man? That movie. That movie was awesome. Yo,
No, Irving, you are the Riddler, but you can wear all the feathers you want.
Well, we all know that Irv, you know, he's got a collection of feather boas in that closet like Jesse Ventura. Don't even front.
Oh, yeah.
Or do you mean RuPaul?
Well, no, because Jesse Ventura had the matching spandex tights that went with it. But yeah, seriously, the man pulled it off like no other. 6, I just seen that you slid in here. How you feeling? How are your feet?
You doing good,
My
6?
feet fucking hate me.
You will get used to it, 6. Get combat boots, you'll be fine. Just don't go flat.
I told the kid that I was working with it's going to take me a few days to get my sea legs back.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, just I wanted to mention to you, 6. I was talking to my podiatrist, and do you use Dr. Scholl's insoles in your shoes?
No.
Yeah, she said, unless you're like 70-something years old and you use a walker and you had like hips replaced and shit, you don't really need those extra insoles. So, yeah, that's actually what was fucking up my feet.
Okay.
Oh,
Burnside, you want to check your comms, buddy?
No, that's Markov.
Oh, it's Markov. Okay.
The one.
Hey, it's all good, man. Like you said, you're next to a vending machine and you got all that shit giving you interference.
Oh, if I'm,
It happens.
I'm muting myself whenever I can.
All right. I just hope that he's able to fix it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Today was one of those days that I was reminded quite clearly, quite starkly, quite unequivocally, apparently, that I live in Texas.
Yep.
Okay, we have two people. You have two people same day. Anybody else want to confess?
What are we confessing?
Pinoid was saying earlier about he was just reminded how he lives in Pennsylvania. You're reminded about how you live in Texas. Anybody else got a nice reminder that they live in
I get a reminder
state?
every night that I live in Florida when we read the fucking news.
Yeah. Because the time zone difference.
When the crystal meth
No,
try to break into your house.
No, we do the news at different times because apparently Florida is strange with that.
Yeah.
Bermuda Triangle.
It's the time zone difference.
Scooby,
Yeah.
I'm going to shove a cock-shaped lollipop down your throat when I see you.
Cock-shaped lollipop. Heinrich, man, seriously.
Can I have
dude,
one
like,
too?
that is some stuff.
No, make it a male rooster and get Foster in.
Why don't you get a coxicle instead?
No, because I don't want it to be cold.
You're as useless as.
But it'll melt so that it doesn't cause
Does it
any
choke
airway
him?
problems.
Yeah, no, I want it to choke him.
Autoerotic asphyxiation by Lollycock.
See, you know what it is? Tara's upset with me because now her state has its own time zone, and I am the brunt of this rage.
Why does our state have its own time zone?
Because my dumb
Because
fuck.
it's awesome.
No. My dumb fuck governor, Rick Scott, decided to sign a bill called the Sunshine Protection Act, which gets rid of daylight savings time.
What? Are you serious? Well, we're getting ready to fall behind.
Cool. I wish my state would do that. Get rid of daylight savings.
That motherfucker.
Yep, he signed it. He's a dumb son of a bitch, and this is why I don't like Republicans.
But wait, I don't know why you
Florida-
like that. I want that to happen in my state. I'm tired of daylight savings time.
Daylight savings time.
I'm not
sucks.
tired of fall behind. He could have done that when it was spring ahead. That would have been fine with me.
I think he
You're
did.
gonna
What
take
it
away
is?
my extra out? No, because it's switched here.
Look, okay. None of that is actually that bad. I have a province in my country called Newfoundland that has a half-hour difference time zone.
Yeah, but they're newfies though.
That's very progressive thing.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So-
I play ice hockey, and I had a friend who was a newfie.
Scooby, my brother really hates you. He says, Tara Sin, shove a tube of cookie dough.
I wish my state would get rid of daylight savings time. I freaking hate it.
I never cared for daylight savings time.
I'm just saying, if it's gonna go into effect, can it go into effect on the one that's shitty and not the one that's like awesome?
Honestly,
The thing is,
everybody
either way,
here.
you won't notice. You adjust that hour over 6 months, no problem.
Yeah,
It's
but
not-
that first day, listen, I work with children with behavioral health problems. Like, we're talking like minor criminals. That extra hour
You need that
means
hour.
a lot.
I hear you.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Man, y'all ever heard of delayed sleep phase disorder?
Yeah, circadian rhythm disorder. I have one.
Yeah, me too. Me too. You know what I'm saying? Like you had that issue
May
with like
30.
fucking your shit's delayed or whatever the case might be. Yeah, that's the majority of the problem. I think with a lot of the fucking younger kids who have all those fucking like, you know what I mean, issues with school and things of this fucking nature because they're trying to force them to fucking live on a schedule that's not theirs to begin with.
It's a very small percentage of people. It's like maybe 1.5%. But there are
no,
people
with the
that
kids
have,
though, it's like almost 15.
No. It's not that. It's not nearly that high.
Yeah, it's teenagers. Like, I did a whole video on it. As teenagers, are like
I used to sleep in classes in high
phase,
school.
almost
all the
every
time.
one of them does, right? But they grow out of it. It's kids who are experiencing it at like 4 to 6 years old. They won't grow out of it. It's in their genes. And for some people, they actually have the exact opposite. I think it's called advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my cousin has that because it does sort of run in families. That she gets home from work at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and she's asleep before 8 and wakes up at 3 a.m.
Damn.
Yeah. And I don't want to fall asleep ever till like between 2 and 4 usually, which is not as bad as some people. But it does get worse in the winter when the days are shorter that I want to stay awake closer to sunrise.
Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah,
I won't sleep till like 7 in the morning.
I've got
in the
that.
wintertime.
I've got that problem in spades. It's gotten a hell of a lot worse for me because what?
Go to a sleep clinic. This is a real thing that people don't know about. Like they only really started doing proper clinical research on it in like 1980, I think. So
the fact that I go to bed at 4 and wake up at 2 in the afternoon is that problem?
It very much could be. It very much. See, now here's the thing: is for the longest time, I was failing at life because of this thing, and then when I found that I could get myself a job that fit my sleeping schedule, suddenly I'm not successful, but I'm more successful than I was, and I feel much better. Right? When you're trying to force yourself to do it, it's not going to work. You're going to find yourself in this place where, how many times have you said, you know what? I'm just going to stay up all night to correct my sleeping pattern.
Yep.
I just did that.
Yeah.
Actually.
That happens, what, 7, 8, 10 times a year?
I tried that.
No, usually never. I think what usually ends up happening with me is that, okay, I'm supposed to go to bed, get in bed, and lay in bed for about 7 hours while waiting for my brain to fall asleep, but it never does.
Yeah. That's another symptom. You have multiple alarm clocks to wake you up. Your alarm goes off over and over and over. Maybe you have a couple of different ones with different sounds, because once your brain gets accustomed to a sound, you'll sleep right through it.
Yep.
No. Well, sort of. What I usually end up doing is I set the alarm to wake myself up, and then the alarm to get out of bed.
Yeah, that's multiple alarms.
Yeah, it's not the one sound thing.
It goes off every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I set multiple alarms, but I'm one of those weirdos who's like, I'm like almost narcoleptic. Like if I feel like I have to sleep, I'm just like, I'm going to sleep now.
I do that too. It's really weird. But it only really happens during the day. On occasion, I will go to take like, a midday nap, and I'll sleep right through until 6 a.m. the next day.
See, and I know somebody who does, he's got a split cycle where he gets home from work at 6 o'clock and goes to bed, wakes up at 10, makes dinner, maybe we'll go out and have a couple of drinks, come home, go to bed at like 4 a.m. and wake up at 8. So he does 4 hours and 4 hours split through the day. And yeah, there's a handful of things, and it's a very small percentage of people that have any of these disorders. And a lot of people, maybe it's higher when you're considering people who are out of phase by like 1 to 2 hours, which you can do for 5 days and then catch up on your sleep on the weekend. If you're off by 6 hours, you won't survive. You'll never make up the sleep on the weekend. Right.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I used to work at a steel mill, and we had like swing shifts. So like we'd work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. one week, and the next week we'd work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Right. And the weeks where I worked nights, where I was 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., I was good. I come in, I'm all fired up and bouncing off the walls. Like, how y'all doing, man? Getting it the fuck in. Right. But then the week after that, like I'd end up I'd get up, I'd stay up all night for the 6 a.m. shift and then work all day and then come home and fall asleep. And that would be my schedule the rest of the week. I just keep staying up all fucking night till 6 a.m. All right, and I come back, I come home at 6 p.m., go to sleep, wake up at like 3, 4 in the morning, go to fucking work at 6 a.m. again. You know what I mean? And the bitch is like, I was missing like all my kids' activities and shit like that. And my wife was like, I don't understand why you can't fucking do it. I'm like, it's just part of my schedule. You know what I mean?
There's
it just is what it is.
Hypotheses that have come about from knowledge of these disorders. And it's like when human beings first found fire, that's where we first really started building society. And we discovered very quickly, and I don't know if you've ever built a fire, it's a lot easier to tend an existing fire than it is to build a new one.
Yeah.
So there were certain people in certain tribes tasked with staying up through the night to keep the fire burning.
And they were meant to be like the protectorate of the fucking troop while they were fucking sleeping and shit.
Right. The thing is, only the handful of people that would stay up to tend the fire would be awake at the times to breed with each other. And that actually becomes a trait that might have been bred down through multiple generations, hundreds of generations, till we actually had, something more than just fire makes society, right?
Yeah.
So again, that's just a weird hypothesis about it, but that gene might still exist if that's how.
It's not just that. It's not just that. You also have people who like, like fishing's much better at night for certain things than it is for others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those individuals are up all night too. And like, I'm a natural born fisherman. Like I love being at sea. I love sitting there being on the boat all the time. That's what I do. Like, my favorite hobby is fishing. My family loves fucking fishing. We're always on the fucking water. It's just normal among our society. You know what I mean? As people. Is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, we need to get awareness out here of this fucking disease. You know what I mean? I made videos on this stuff.
I should check those out because
I'm actually I have a issue going on, so I'm gonna end up going to the ER so I can get my Shan's physician's care plan back. Go see my doctor and be like, I need a sleep study. I also need you
can get a reference.
I also need you to set me up for something for fibromyalgia.
Well, you can't fix it. It's not something you can fix. You know what I'm saying?
No, I need to be diagnosed to get disability.
So sometimes it's manageable if it's not that bad that you could like take melatonin, do your sleep hygiene stuff too, like turn off your screens 2 hours before you're supposed to go to bed. It's more important that you wake up at the same time or within the same couple of hours than you go to sleep at the same time. So, stuff like that. You can't fix it, but you can definitely manage it. For some people, it's worse than others. Me, 2 to 4 in the summertime. That's like my sweet spot. In the winter, though, some nights I'm up till 8 a.m. and that fucks me up because also I'm in Canada. It's dark till 8 a.m.
Well, I work nights. That's what I did. Like, I was like, fuck it, dude. I'll just work nights. You know what I mean?
That's how you fix it is you make your life work for you, not try and force your life to work the way people say it's supposed to.
Yeah, don't fight it. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I get like, don't fight it. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to make yourself.
If I can get my doctor to actually diagnose me with these issues, it helps me even more on fighting for disability.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, I'm kind of fighting it, and it sucks. It sucks, but it's. I got to keep the lights on, man. That's pretty much my priority. So, it's going to be a bit of a struggle here at the beginning, and
because a lot. You've been quiet this whole chat here, but I know that you're also very much that. Like anyone who says, "Oh, I'm kind of a night owl," you probably have a problem.
Yeah,
and it's like something real. And like 6, how bad is it for you? What's your sleep time? When is it that you decide it's time for bed?
I would say between 2 and 3 in the morning is kind of It's that's about the time that I would start to naturally feel like I'm falling asleep.
So let me ask you then, what time do you start work?
Thankfully, I start work at 11 a.m.
So that's manageable for you, right? That you can lose the hour a night for 5 days, and then you'll make it up no problem on the weekend, right?
It's doable. It's doable.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty fortunate that I've got the schedule that I've got.
I started at 1, right? So I'm good. I found a job that fits me very nicely. Very lucky.
Yeah. So I can get anywhere from 6
personally,
to 8 hours of sleep, and it works out pretty well. There, when I was working for another place, I was usually the guy that was on the closing shift, so I would start at 3 p.m., which actually worked pretty damn well. But I wasn't on YouTube then, so
you didn't have a 10 a.m. start or 10 p.m. start time.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was, I was probably still in the store doing the zoning and recovery and all that other horse shit that you do when you're in retail.
Dude,
that's
I know your pain, man. That was my previous job, was working over at a Family Dollar. Yeah, it was not fun. I got tons of fucked up stories about a Family Dollar, man. Oh, boy.
Let me guess, both behind and in front of the counter, right?
No, we just had some exceptionally donkey teeth McCringleberry McWomen's, or fucking transdimensional, whatever the fuck they are, decided that they were gonna shit all over the goddamn women's restroom for no fucking reason at all. And yeah, I had to get my coworker gas mask to go and clean it up, because I was like, I really don't want to clean the women's room. I really don't. Yeah, but in the case someone else will. And
I have a story that can top it, actually. My dad used to work for the city.
No, not your dad. You got to be you. It has to be you. Yeah, it has to be you.
No, I said I had the story. I didn't say it was my story. I just had the story.
Story, damn it! It doesn't count. Stop using your
okay.
Yeah, dude, because like real shit, like you know Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs, he stole his stick from me.
No offense, ladies. I'll tell you, no offense, but cleaning up ladies' restrooms, that's not fun.
How about having to hand unclog one?
I almost had to do that, actually. I almost had to do that.
I used to work as the groundskeeper at Gilgo Beach. It's a biker beach on Long Island.
Let me guess, chili and booze?
Chili, booze, all sorts of fun stuff of that nature.
I'm so glad I'm not one of those women that wrecks the bathroom. If I've actually had one get clogged up on me, and I go tell somebody.
Oh, I was the guy that you'd have to go tell. That's the whole thing. And do you know how often it got to the point? Now you gotta remember, this is back when I used to lift weights, and I was fucking big, and I would get into it with these bikers constantly because they're sitting there and they're sizing me up. I'm half their age, but I'm twice their size, and they're feeling their oats because they're full of wild turkey. I remember this one guy. I told him, I said, "Hey, look, pal," I said, "I'm gonna take the handlebars and mandrel bend them around your fucking skull. Seriously, you get your old lady, get the fuck off the beach." It was the point, like they would just, I mean, literally, like Burnside was saying, there was one time when I went in there and I'm sitting there, how the hell did they get shit on the ceiling is all I'm thinking.
Oh yeah.
Man, listen, dude, I had a job working at a steel mill, and we had like these pits, right, where I'll be honest with you, everybody kind of peed in the pits, you know what I'm saying? Or you take a shit if you really had to because you couldn't leave your machine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And every once in a while, you'd have to go underneath and clean out the pits. You know what I mean? But one of the pits in particular was one that was known as the expander pit. And what it was the massive hydraulic fucking press that ran water from the fucking river in there. So it had mud and like turtles and frogs and ducks and fish and shit. And like as the water ran out, it would go down into the pit and then it would go into a drain. But it would get to be so high that the drains wouldn't let the motherfucking water come out anymore. Like all the dirt and shit and piss and whatever. And you'd have to go down there with shovels and fucking barrels and shovel the fucking shit and piss and frogs and fucking dirt and fish and fucking ducks and birds into the motherfucking barrels one by fucking one and lift them out. And this is like a 150 by 200 square foot fucking area.
Yes,
that was like 4 foot fucking deep. And you're just sitting there with a fucking shovel, shoving it into these motherfucking barrels and having it pulled out with a crane one by fucking one for fucking 12 hours at a shot.
And I'm sure that you'll agree with me though that you'd rather do that than rake a fucking septic tank any day.
No. At least with a septic tank, you knew what the fuck you were dealing with. With this, it was a whole different level. You know what I mean? Like you could talk to the individuals whose septic tank you were dealing with, and you were getting paid properly for it. With this, like you were making $22 an hour. You know what I mean? And it just, dude, it was fucking awful. You know what I mean? It was the most awful shit you could possibly fucking imagine. I had a job cleaning blood out of auction cars one time that were wrecked in a fucking
cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's fucking awesome.
I
want that.
I pulled a guy
They had to
around
hire people to do it.
Yeah, I had a job where I pulled a guy around on a cart that was auctioned off a fucking warehouse with a one-eyed Mexican motherfucker like he was Cleopatra.
I remember my boy, may he rest in peace. He was working up over at the crematorium when I was working at the landfill. I worked at the beach when I was younger. Then when I went into college, when I got out of college, my father insisted that I go, back to working for the state. So I wound up working. They transferred me. I was still in the same subdivision, but they wound up transferring me from where I was in Parks Department over to Department of Environmental Control. So while I'm up over at the landfill, that's where I was. My boy was next door up over in the crematorium. And what was fucked up was that's where, like you get a lot of the bodies that were coming in and the ones that they're going to cremate. And he was telling me one time he's working and like he had to like unclog one of the furnaces and a fucking human skull fell out at his feet. I couldn't imagine that. Yeah.
Only in New York, folks.
No.
Maybe in LA.
Okay,
Maybe.
I don't have a story as grisly as some of y'all's.
Okay, now I'm fucking jealous. The Sox Park security assholes have Kevlar plated fucking trucks. I want one. Oh, these jerks.
By the way, our buddy Craig just hopped in the motherfucking chat. What's going on, partner?
Oh, what up, Craig?
Hey, everybody.
Hi,
Sorry,
Craig. We're
sorry.
talking about shit.
My favorite subject.
Now yelling at me again.
You guys want to know the grossest shit story I've ever experienced in my life?
Hit us.
Lord.
I was a cart attendant at Target, and like they're responsible for cleaning up spills. And I get a call from the fitting room, and they're like, "Cart attendant, can you come and clean up a spill in the fitting room?" And I'm like, "Fucking some little asshole spilled their Starbucks like all over the place. I'm gonna have to clean up the carpet again." I opened up the door to the fitting room, like you could smell it, and I was like, "What the fuck is that smell?" It smells kind of like the bathroom, but like I'm not sure because this is the fitting room. Some guy had gone in there with a whisk and just like shoved it up his ass and then spun it around the inside of the fitting room. I was like, "Oh, nope, not for me."
Ew.
So I called my manager. I'm like,
"That's not a spill."
My story definitely isn't that
team
bad.
lead Chad, can you come to the fitting room, please? And he was like, he's like, "All right, I'll be right there." He comes in there. I handed him a mop and bucket. I was like, "This above my pay grade. I'm taking a 15-minute break." He's like, "I'm closing this." He's like, "We'll let the cleaning crew do this. Like, I can't even look at this right now."
Yellow tape.
He was like throwing up. And the worst part about it was that he stole the whisk. Like, it was one that we
Well, it was already up his ass. Why would he take it?
So like,
Why?
he took it off the shelf, brought it into the fitting room, whipped himself up, and then
Well,
took off.
let me ask you this: What was his poo light and frothy?
It looked like there's some greenish going on in there.
Peaks.
Look,
Oh God!
the whisk comment was like a joke.
I don't think he made it. I don't think he made it quite to the moose stage. You know, he wasn't, I don't think he was into that. I think he was into spreading.
Well, you know that's
as quickly as he could. It looked like a blender went off. It was fucking so gross.
Well, that's
My
when
first
the proteins in the mix start to form a chain.
My first job was a convenience store clerk at this rinky-dink gas station down the road. And, all I had to do was sit behind the counter, turn on the pumps, and take people's money. Well, I had this lady come in with her kid, and she's like, "We have to use the bathroom," so I give them the bathroom key. She comes back, she's like, "I'm sorry, but you might want to go and clean it up, and I also need like $10 in gas." So I go around to see how bad off it is, whether or not I need to lock the door or if it's a quick cleanup. I go in there, and there's shit all over the walls, in the sink, and on the ceiling, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I go over there, and I go back into the store. I put her pump on suspend. I go out to her. I hand her the mop and bucket, and I said, "You can clean up your kid's own shit." I said, I'm not doing that.
Did it on the fucking ceiling.
She's like, "I'll call the cops." I said, "Go for it. I don't have to clean it up. You can clean it up."
Look, the only thing scarier than these past few stories is Craig Bragg's face in this darkened room right now. This is oh my god, terrifying.
Like Frank Zappa.
I'm Frank Zappa, and I'm gonna get your children, bitch. Yeah,
no, don't give them to Frank Zappa. He gives them not names as names.
So to Nope, did I really want the whisk back? No, but I would have liked to have made the sale. I was the manager though, so it didn't affect my bonus. Like he should have paid for it before he whipped himself a new. Like, I mean, that's just courteous.
How much is a whisk? Like $1.59? I don't think you're losing out on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like you're losing more money for the cleanup crew.
I mean,
fucking clean the goddamn fucking room.
We got built-in shrink, but still, I mean, it's the principle.
This dude took a kitchen whisk and sodomized himself with it.
It's like,
man, look,
if you're gonna make a mess like that for somebody else to clean up, you should at the very least.
Dude, I was
the whisk.
Like I was a janitor.
The place you're gonna go to mess yourself up,
shit,
or make the mess, go to a nursing home. They're used to that shit.
Oh,
I mean, they should go. He could go any place. Like, I don't know why he would do it in the fitting room. Is he the only area that's private and also carpeted?
Yes.
So it's like,
you know what? Something tells me this guy was not doing it solely to pleasure himself.
Well,
he also had Jack in mind.
I'll tell you.
He was like a chronic shitter. Like there's a fetish, and people get off on like leaving disgusting things and watching people go in there and see them. And like he used to leave these giant ass shits in the urinal, and I would walk out and he'd be like, "How was that one?" And I'm like, ugh.
You see now,
homeless guy. It's disgusting.
We don't have problems like that up here because, you know, God bless my neighbors. Like you'll have a homeless guy that'll show up and he'll start doing things like that. It lasts until somebody catches him. That's the best way to put it. I have seen more. I really feel bad, you know, saying this, but you see more people in this neighborhood who are like, you know, homeless and people with mental problems getting the bejesus beat out of them now because you see the state decided, you know, we're going to let everyone do outpatient, and even people like the ones you're describing, you see, like they let them think that they can get away with anything. And unfortunately, that don't fly in this neighborhood. Oh my God. I remember you had one of these people walking around and they were all sorts of entitled. And unfortunately, they ran into somebody that they screwed with. And the guy just came home from doing hard time. And when you're locked up, and you got to deal with that every day when you're locked up, and now you're not locked up and you're dealing with some crazy person who says, well, I can do this because I'm crazy. And this guy had to fight for every meal. Yeah, you just really you put the screws to the wrong person.
Okay, I don't want to like turn this video into you know censored by YouTube, but since we're on the subject, are you okay with me screen sharing something that you may have already seen, but I'll screen share it anyway. It's not two girls. It's not two girls, one cup. But speaking to what you were talking about, this psychosis, people like to watch the mess.
Is it the girl who shit in the Timmy Hortons?
No. I'll show you one second.
How did you know he's Canadian?
Wait, hold on. I was just gonna say.
You can see somebody's Canadian.
I was just gonna say, as long as it's not copyrighted, because last week Porpoiseful was trying to, bust my balls, and he showed me, he screen shared to me just a 2-second clip of Limp Bizkit, one of their videos, and they took the whole stream down. So
That's
as long
bullshit.
as it's not copyright,
That is bullshit because Limp Bizkit
music in particular, they'll shut down.
Is the worst because they did Behind Blue Eyes and then spelled their name in it like they wrote it. Those fuckers, like they should have absolutely no grounds to stand on for any copyright claim ever.
Yeah, but YouTube
like you spelled your name over a song that you didn't even write or do. Like go fuck yourselves. Those fucking assholes. I hope they all overdose and die.
It's not copyrighted. It's just disgusting. So hold on one second. I'm gonna share it.
I don't understand. Disgusting.
It's not too bad. It's just
Protestant running to his corner.
This is the guy. This is the guy that you should be pushing to run. Okay.
Why?
The self-cleaning toilet. They have these in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Oh
no.
That's pretty awful. Yeah. It's like it's spreading icing on a cake.
Well, guys, I hate to leave this shitty conversation, but
how do I unshare?
Oh God! I can see it on the sharing. Stop sharing. It's on the bottom. Sort of to the right.
Stop sharing.
I'm gonna turn my fucking icon on so I don't have to look at that anymore.
So yeah, that's pretty awful.
Damn, remind me not to go to Japan. so you were saying
things that my kids do. They like shit everywhere. It's like they don't know what's going on. They're 6, so they're really like too old to be doing it. But like this one kid just like blew out everywhere, all over the wall the other day. I was like, come on.
Well, their hand-eye coordination is pretty bad at that.
Dude, I'll be honest. My kid was 3. He took his hand inside of his diaper and wiped shit down the walls. He called an ass whooping. It was what it was. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna allow that in the motherfucking house.
And I was just like, I looked at her mother and I was like, you're cleaning it up.
This little girl takes it out of the toilet and spreads it on the floor, on the sink, and like in the grout, and like. And like I'm at work, I can't do anything about it. So I'm just like, why?
That's like, pretty fucked up,
man. Yeah.
Yo, people come from some fucked up ass households, huh?
Holy crap! What the fuck?
This is what happens when you let everyone fucking breed just willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
6 has been trying to say goodnight for like the past 3 minutes. 6, you were saying something before. I was trying to hear what you were saying.
I was my brain isn't working right, so I'm gonna be sleeping.
You sound dead tired, man. That's good.
Yeah, you should probably go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed, man.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hate on you for it.
Yeah, I'll take
Hey, don't worry, Gordon. The island will run itself. We'll be just fine.
I'll go and pull up Chaos News just in case.
Yes, we definitely need a Florida man story.
Oh, fuck off.
I don't think we've even touched on Roseanne and Samantha B yet.
No, we haven't touched on it yet.
I know about Roseanne. What the fuck did Samantha B do?
She called Ivanka Trump a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Honestly, why is a cunt calling herself a cunt?
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know what the situation is.
Something to do with posting a picture of her with her kid while, so many illegals are being separated from their children by being deported. Get the fuck out.
That photo's from the Obama era.
Yeah.
Honestly, considering the fact that Samantha B is such a strong woman, entrepreneur, feminist, I think it is fucking disgusting that she feels like she can do that to another woman. That's absolutely, completely the anti-feminism.
That's the thing. She's not a comic. All she does is just swear and be vulgar, right? Kind of like.
She's
humor.
Funny.
Please, before we continue, let's not honor it by calling it a human being. Samantha B is I don't know
gender
what, but whatever
Simon.
that is, it's not
Mega
woman.
sister.
It's in her. It's in her name. She's an insect.
She's a Canadian.
You know, if you really step back and look, I made a video today on like racism, right? And I mentioned women in it because, like, you know, every time you talk to a female like they're a full-grown fucking adult, like they feel like you're fucking disrespecting the shit out of them. You know what I mean? Like they feel like you're being disrespectful for holding them responsible.
Some women, yeah, they're like, there's this thing about equality, being treated equally, and some people, yes, some women, when you treat them equally, they're like, oh, that's offensive, and it's like, bitch, because we're all fucking offensive. Like get fucking dirty, get your elbows scraped.
Well,
let's get down in the dirt because that's where we are.
It's not just that. Holding them responsible for their fucking actions.
Oh my god,
makes you seem like a misogynist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, that's
wrong with women.
You know,
it's
but
not all.
See, but here's the thing. Like, this is why
the good things and leave the bad things that come along with being right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
go ahead.
I told my boyfriend when we got together, I was like, look, I'm not a feminist, and I'll tell you why. And he was like, okay, here we go. And I was like, it's because I'm better than you. Feminists are always talking about equality, and I want to be equal. And I was like, no, that's not what I want. I'm better than you. You treat me like I'm better than you. I will be happy for the rest of my life.
No,
like you start trying to make it out to be like, let's be in an equal partnership and whatever. Like, it's not gonna fly because I'm gonna get moody. It's what happened.
No.
I'm not denying the possibility that you're better than your partner. You may well be, but goddamn, you'd better prove it. That's all I'm asking for. Right? You go ahead and claim it and prove it. That's all.
Well, hey, here's what I get down to, right? Like, look. Here's the thing. You want to stand here and say that you're fucking better than me, then be better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if you're not going to be better than me, that's a different situation altogether. Like, I'm going to treat you like you're the same as me. You know
I think
what
you
mean?
guys are taking this a little bit too seriously. That was a joke.
No. You know what it is? Is there's a lot of people that don't take it seriously enough. All right. Yeah. I did karate for 17 years.
I grew up playing ice hockey with a bunch of dudes, so the entire culture is.
I grew up in a fucking homeless shelter.
I think what's ended up happening with this is that
it's plucking roaches out of a cereal box. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, be better than me. Like, yo, you think you're better than me, you think you're stronger than me, be that. You know what I mean? But real shit, ain't many females able to hang on that fucking level.
I don't think a lot of I think a lot of women tend to take the more emotional approach to things where they like definitely. They want to hang with the guys and they're like, I can hang with the guys, this is great, and then the first time that's, you know, like a girl trips or like, you know, they're shooting pool and they fuck up and a guy rips her for it, she's like
they start crying like,
and you're like you wanted to be one of the guys. Like, this, the most respectful thing that a guy can do to you as a woman when you're on a team with them or when you're in a group of friends or whatever is start ripping on you. Yeah, because that's what they do with their other friends. So like the minute that a guy is like teasing you, he's comfortable with you, he respects you, and he thinks of you as one of the guys. But
then the trap card spring.
Women don't appreciate it. They get so upset. They're like, he was super mean to me, and I'm like, dude, he wasn't being mean. Like, did you hear I was talking to his friends? Like, he's talking to you. So just relax.
Yeah, I'm so glad
I'm not like everybody, including myself.
Right.
Part of the reason I picked this title, though, I mean, this is all well and good, but there was actually a thing to it. You see. The thing with Roseanne was what it was. She actually, now this is the thing, everyone was saying that, you know, she was calling Valerie Jarrett this because Valerie Jarrett's African American and this is racist and this, that, and the third. Valerie Jarrett's Iranian. I don't know why the fuck everyone keeps saying she's black. The woman's Iranian.
Scooby, I think we have found a classic example of a Freudian slip.
Right?
Probably.
There's that part of it. Now, this is the reason I put this title specifically. The thing with Samantha Bee, that was actually scripted. They wrote that for her to say. It was approved by TBS. It was the approved script. It was the approved soundbite. So this is the reason I put this up here, because you see, this is the thing. If you go back and look at what she said, this was actually approved by the producers at of her show. They wanted her to say this specifically to the president's daughter. This was within 24 hours of them canceling Roseanne's show, which happened to say this was basically what this was for lack of a better term, like in a movie where you see, the bad guy standing over the good guy, like the good guy's like, nah, it ain't gonna happen again. Bad guy whips out his piece, shoots the good guy's dog. Yeah, you're right, it ain't gonna happen again. That's what this basically was. It was one of those sorts of scenarios. Basically, this was this was basically like, okay, this was not only just they didn't just flip you the bird, they just pulled down the pants and fucking shoved the middle finger up the ass. That's basically what this was.
Okay. I heard the clip from Samantha Bee, and you know what? Like, honestly, I think it's completely innocuous. Like, it's nothing. It's a great big nothing burger, but because of the way the left fights, people on the right are starting to use similar tactics, right? Oh, you can't do that because, and it's like, no, you can say whatever the fuck you want. And I'm not honestly offended. I just think she was wrong because you're using, as Craig was saying, pictures from the Obama era. It's the 2014 photo of these kids who lost their parents when Obama deported them. And then talking to Trump about the immigration policy for illegal immigrants and deportation, separating parents from children. She's just wrong.
But it's impossible that was taken during the Obama era, because Obama couldn't do anything that terrible. He's
it's because to them Obama was God. It was absolute fucking bullshit. Trump does so much as fart the wrong way, and they fucking call him racist and all this other fucking nonsense.
You're missing my point, Irv. It wasn't what she said. She could have said that she wanted her to go fuck a mannequin on the beach. It's her right to say it, but that's not the thing. This wasn't what Samantha Bee had said. This is all Samantha Bee said was words on the script. That's it. That's why I'm annoyed about this. I'm not annoyed about what Samantha Bee said. I'm annoyed that it was a script that was handed to her. That's the thing that annoys me about this. It's gotten to the point now.
You've got to elaborate on that for me, Scoob, because again, even if it was words on a script by comedy writers,
I think what
I don't understand
get at on this one, if I may, Irving.
Okay.
I think what Scoob's trying to get on this one is that we have the smoking gun. This is not just Hollywood being Hollywood at this point. No, this is starting to get institutional. Yeah. And that's where people are going to start taking issue with it. Like it's the same thing with Gamergate. It's not that people were pissed that this person did it. Everybody started getting pissed once everybody started finding out, oh, this kind of crap goes on everywhere. It's not just Qatar.
The thing that irritates me is that Samantha Bee is a person who says she's a comic.
The whole and thing is that like PBS and all these fucking people are basically scripting people to be racist assholes or something.
Well, how many people did that fucking script go through?
That's the real point. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. That's the point I'm getting at here.
It had to go on fucking network fucking television. Like this didn't go on like HBO. This went on fucking Comedy Central. You know what I mean? So they had fucking censors. They had people who watch the script and check that shit.
It's still considered.
This wasn't even Comedy Central. This was the Turner Broadcasting Station. This was on TBS.
Well, that's the same shit. No real difference. I mean, they're under the same umbrella as far as rules are concerned because of the cable packages and shit. But I mean, yeah, I feel you. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It went through fucking censors and it was okayed.
And then, this is the thing. And then right after she does it, I think it was within 2 hours, she gives an automated apology, and then the network follows suit right afterwards, to me, it was such a fuck you to the American people, is what it was. I don't care what she said about Ivanka. I don't care about any of that garbage. What came out of her mouth. It's everything surrounding it. It was basically like they did this. Like, okay, this is the new normal now. We're going to insult you and apologize right afterwards.
Well,
and you're going to take it.
Okay. Hold on. I understand.
It's mainstream media, dude. The way they are nowadays is they're used to catering to all those fucking goat fornicators that are running around there half naked with their fucking bells and whistles and signs and shit. So what they're doing is, as an industry, saying, all right, because we are now completely catering to shitbags, because our entire upper echelon is shitbags, that's what we're going to do, and we're going to be completely acceptable with a series of propaganda campaigns just like this one. That's what they're fucking doing.
Well, they got to do something because
I feel you, Herb. I feel you.
Nobody's watching TV anymore. So
I don't even have
they're hoping to elicit some viewers through controversy.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Dramaticism and goat horation sells to the idiotic masses.
That's
why people watch soap operas and
especially masturbate. You guys in particular, not about Samantha B. All right.
Here's my problem with the Samantha B comment.
Before you get to that, let's let Irving speak his piece.
Yeah,
try
to
say something.
I have to, and you guys are all talking over me and making me mad.
Go.
Yeah, she's doing the girl tears.
You go. I've been listening to it forever. I'll make my point when it's irrelevant. It's totally fine.
Everyone stop. Let Harley go, and then I'll ask my question, please.
Okay, my problem isn't with the fuck you to America sort of thing. It's you have this person who is supposedly a comic who pontificates to people about how, you need to be a feminist and you need to be a strong woman and you need to support other women and this, that, and the other. And you have a woman who is working in administration, raising a family, is an entrepreneur, maybe had a few privileges when she was born that her father helped her out, but I mean, whose parents don't help them out at some point, right? So like,
who doesn't have nepotism?
Right. I mean, there are people who have shitty parents, and that sucks. But like, if your parents can help you, typically they try to.
She shit on her because her politics are wrong. That's why she was shit on.
That's my problem.
They're hypocrites, right?
So
when it comes to
that's my problem. It's the hypocrisy. It's like,
absolutely.
You're up here pontificating to me every day about how I need to support other women, which I don't feel like I do. I mean, I support myself. That's enough. If I want to support a woman or a man or whatever, then that's my prerogative. It's got nothing to do with you. But
it's completely voluntary.
Don't sit there and pontificate to me about how more women need to be in business, more women need to do this, more women need to do that. And then you're looking at this person who has balanced their business and their family life, and you call her a feckless cunt. Who are you? Shut up.
Yeah.
You have no leg to stand on.
Okay.
All right, Irv, it's your fucking turn, man.
Look. Okay, Harley, I hear you. That makes a lot of sense to me. As like, again, a woman, not a feminist, who's being better than the feminists that are demanding respect without actually commanding it. Yeah, no. I get you. On the other hand, I'm absolutely for free speech. And if Samantha B wants to call someone a feckless cunt, let her. I don't care who it is. My question to the people here is, why are we mad? Is it because she called someone a feckless cunt who probably didn't deserve it? On the other hand, that's not really an issue, whether or not they deserve it. You can say what you want. Are we mad because she's a blatant asshole and then apologizes, saying, "Oh, I'm not actually the asshole"? Is that the problem? That she's pretending not to be the asshole after she's gone ahead and been it. Is that why we're angry?
If I can articulate why I would find objection to this, let me first off start by saying that I think it's the whole I may not like what you have to say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. I have absolutely no rights things against what she did. She's free to call President Trump the devil at this point, and I'm honestly pretty certain other people have done it too. However, the problem with Samantha Bee is twofold, Irving, and I think you hit on both of them. It's that, and I can pretty much parrot my parents on this one. It's that you're all of a sudden seeing, and it's not just comedians, all these people who are supposedly TV personalities, all thinking they have this right to be to use their show as a political commentary. I've made remarks before about the U.S. has the angry apolitical. My parents would rather not deal with politics whatsoever. However, because of people like they like to riff on George Stephanopoulos. Because of people like that, your Samantha Bees, all your different comedian late night show hosts, because they are being so political, they are being forced to engage in something they have absolutely no desire to engage in. I think we are angry because Samantha Bee, supposedly a comedian, is shoving in politics where politics has no reason to be.
All right. You know why I'm angry as fuck? Do you know why I'm pissed the fuck off about this whole thing?
Tell us.
Let me tell you like this. It's because nobody openly debates these fucking points.
Exactly.
Nobody sits there and has this fucking conversation and goes, let me find out why the fuck it is y'all feel the way you feel.
Oh, no. I think it's even worse, Pinoid. I think it's even worse because I've been the commentaries from that Monk debate are starting to get out with Stephen Fry, Jordan Peterson, and the two other people. And how fucking dishonest they were over that whole
made
thing.
Craig famous, so just
20, I think it's 26,000 views now.
Nice.
Nice.
Share my video, please. Go ahead. My Never Horvat video.
But
please.
the other major reason I think people are pissed off about this whole Samantha Bee thing is that nobody's buying it, Irving. Like, you pretty much described it perfectly. She was a fucking asshole. Now she's apologizing for being a fucking asshole, and everybody knows, no, you're not sorry you're a fucking asshole because you're a fucking asshole.
See, like, from day one. Good.
If I'm going to articulate how people are just generally mad about it, that's the line of thinking I'd go down.
Yeah, see, my thing is, again, I don't even give a fuck about Samantha Bee. It's her handlers, it's her script masters. See, you know what it is I worked for the politicians, and I grew up around the wise guys. I grew up around gangsters. I seen this shit my entire life. And what was done was, a message was sent. That's what this shit was. This was basically, they were basically telling the American people, there is a double standard and you're beneath us. That's exactly what this was. It was a slap in the face. I don't care what she said about Ivanka. I don't even care that it was Ivanka that she said it about, and I don't care that she's the one who did the saying. The point of the matter was, this was just basically to humiliate and to humble us after what had happened with Roseanne, how fast that had happened, and how this was done and then handled so blasé in the same breath when there wasn't even time for an outcry. It was done. It was a two-fisted fucking. That's what this was. That's
more viable.
Yeah,
I get that.
Bartender, sorry man, than what Bartender was saying.
I was trying to. I suppose the understanding is that it's not just the personalities; it's the whole damn thing at this point. It's gotten so bad at this point. We're not even going to try and fucking hope for it anymore.
At what point do we stand the fuck up and go, yo, enough? Dude, just have a fucking debate. Why can't we have a conversation with some of these people and have a chance to fucking say it?
Because they're not interested in it.
Right.
Because
the rhetorical training is all about insulting and and throwing epithets at their ideological opponents. They don't get. They never learn rhetoric. All they learn to do is insult. And
yeah, if you're gonna have a debate,
I mean, you see this when they ask questions of like Ben Shapiro or Jordan Peterson or something like that. Like, you see when they do stand up, and you'll have like college professors who will ask them questions, and they just destroy these professors, and it's like, all they're doing is spitting back facts, and the professors are like, well, that's ridiculous because I feel, and the thing is, it doesn't matter how you feel. It's never going to matter how you feel. It doesn't matter that I feel that Samantha Bee is a jerk or a hypocrite for saying what she said, I've always thought she was a jerk. I mean, that's just how it is. Like, I turned her show on the first time it came on, and I was like, I don't like this girl. Isn't that
how we all feel about that fucking broad? You know what I mean? Like, everybody on the right feels that way.
Right.
Here's the thing, though.
And that's totally fine. And she can have her show, and she can keep her show. I'm never going to be the person to be like, oh, she should get fired, or oh, she should stop saying what she says. I don't give a shit. But I think it's shitty.
But I bet you're going to be the person, Harley, who doesn't watch her show anymore.
Well, this is it.
And why would I torture myself? That's not fair to me.
That's capitalism.
That leads to my point. The legacy media of which Samantha Bee's show and all these late night talk shows are a part, they're cratering. And so they're engaging in whatever kind of rhetoric, whatever kind of vulgarity they can to try and draw eyes and draw controversy. So my thought is, don't even bother fighting them. Just let them make idiots of themselves, because all this is driving people away from them and driving them towards, the Jonathan Heights and the Jordan Petersons and the people who actually engage in conversations. Like, you asked for
fucking men.
You're not fucking wrong, Greg. But I mean, that's what I mean. Is like, I'm not.
Well, I don't think that the base of people who watch Samantha Bee are gonna stop watching her because she said what she said.
Yeah.
I
think a small percentage will.
What the whole difference is between
stop watching that show, right?
I never watched it to begin with.
So
like,
I've never
for
seen
her, like,
episode of that show.
if I were to be like, I'm never watching this again, she's not losing a viewer because I never watched it.
No, but this is to Bartender's point there that, we don't need politics injected in our comedy, but that's how she came to be. She came from the Daily Show and the Colbert Report dynasty, because those shows were phenomenal at times. They were hilarious, and they were politically driven.
I know, but Jon Stewart was a good arbiter, though. You know what I mean? Like, he was a legit ass arbiter.
Yeah, the reason those shows worked was because there was nothing above. There was nothing above criticism.
Right.
Like a classic Daily Show, they'd shit on the left and then shit on the right the next day.
You're not wrong. And what's gone wrong is that now they've taken a side rather than make jokes at everyone's expense. And so they're not pro-free speech. And you can see it when they shit on someone and then try and take it back immediately. And you know what? Like, if you want to say that the behavior of being a cunt and then claiming you're not a cunt, I can get behind that. I can say, no. That's bad. You should not have apologized, and that's why I'm angry at you. But go ahead. Call Ivanka Trump a feckless cunt. I don't give a shit. Right, maybe she isn't, but it doesn't matter. Be funny to the best of your ability and have a political position. Do both. Do it. Point.
Hey, guys, I know this is completely irrelevant, but I think I got something actually funny going on about 2-3 cars ahead of me here.
What's up?
Okay, so you know that trend I usually get caught by all the fucking time? Well, I got caught by it. I've been caught by it for about the past 20 minutes. This guy about 2-3 cars up ahead is killing time by doing fucking karaoke out of his car.
Fuck yes.
He's gotta pass the time somehow.
And the funny thing is, I think the guy in front of me is streaming him.
Fuck yes. Oh yeah. Ask him for the link. We're gonna fucking spam that shit in the chat. Ask him for it.
Nice.
Somebody just screen share and play it.
Okay, guys, let me see if I can actually get outside the car here real quick and show this shit off. Give me a second here.
Oh, that's yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
No, but I mean, like, am I?
No, you're not alone. I agree with you. I don't give a fuck.
Libertarian with my thoughts here.
No, I agree. Let her say what she wants. Let her hang herself with her own words. Let her sink herself.
Yeah. Nobody here is really mad that she said Ivanka Trump was a feckless cunt. I think everybody here is mad at everything around her saying this. Yeah. It's a literally who moment.
Specifically for me, the apology. I don't want your apology. Go ahead. Be mean. Be funny if that's what you think funny is.
Like if you're gonna shit on someone, own your shit.
Yes. Oh goddamn yes.
Yeah.
To me, it's not funny at all, and I actually feel bad for the serious people on the left because they want to actually. There are people on the left who are trying to have a dialogue, but they get drowned out and overruled by these.
Toilet humor. But when I heard it, I kind of giggled. I did. Like, it was well delivered. If nothing else, that woman can deliver a line.
Who? Samantha Bee?
Samantha Bee?
Yeah.
She can do a comedy, right?
You know what it is? I guess because. Sorry, Craig.
Y'all just proved my point. Comedy.
I just think she's shrill and blue, and that's it. That's all.
Comedy's subjective, right? That you proved it. And look, I giggled when I heard it.
You know,
you don't like it, that's fine. But I thought it was actually kind of funny. Why? Because she's full of shit and she's wrong. But also, sometimes I like toilet humor. And you want to call someone a feckless cunt? Yeah, I might giggle at it.
Maybe it's the onomatopoeia of the word feckless cunt. Like the two words together actually has some sort of appealing cadence to it. I don't know.
It does. It really does.
Nobody ever uses the word feckless. I think
that's
you get
true.
That.
It's true. It's
English majors.
It's like that word, that phrase "cellar door" is supposed to be the most beautiful sounding two words. And, so I have another one. Clammy glands.
Wait, come again?
Clammy glands. Stop laughing.
No, you should
it's
see
not.
what
It's the guy that's streaming in the car.
That's our Burnside. God bless him.
Yeah.
No,
I see the street light.
Yeah.
I have to confess something. I was actually getting Samantha Bee confused with Amy Schumer a while back. Amy Schumer, no, she's the queen of unfunny.
Yeah.
Amy Schumer used to be very funny.
No.
There was a point.
When she was stealing everyone's jokes. She was hilarious.
No. That doesn't mean she's funny. It means her writers are funny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not even they weren't even her writers, but she did a pretty good job for a while, and then I don't know what happened. Then it was all about her vagina and how much of a slut she is, which that has an expiration. It's funny the first time, but
problem of gross out in animation. You can only get away with it for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, 40 minutes later, and you're still talking about how gross your vagina is. It's man, that thing must be a wreck.
Male comics have the same sort of thing going on. They've got a lot of male comics engage in jokes about wanking. And if you're doing the same jokes about wanking 10 years after you started your comedy career, maybe find a new career.
Yeah.
Or find some new material at least.
How pathetic are you that your whole life is consumed by wanking?
Even Andrew Dice Clay wrote a whole new set of fucking limericks, right?
Something. I wanted to say about the thing with Samantha Bee, it's not anything like what she says. It's not anything like what she was saying about Ivanka that bothers me. She's a bully.
Yeah, I've never.
Now we're talking.
I used to be a bouncer, man. You know that, and I don't like bullies. And she's mean. She picks on people. I don't care how funny she is. I mean, I got no problem watching, humor. I mean, Bill Maher. I don't agree with Bill Maher's politics at all, but holy shit, is he funny? Seriously, the man can deliver.
Scooby, actually, after a mark, you actually have some kindred souls in my parents. That's exactly what they're saying about all these late show hosts. They're bullies.
You know what's cool about Bill Maher, though, is he will sit down and he will have a conversation. And if he is interviewing somebody on the left that he's like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right, he will ask them questions.
Yeah,
he doesn't just sit there and I can respect that. I mean, we don't all have to agree politically.
Yeah.
That's fine.
He'll talk to people who aren't his ideological camp, right?
But have the conversation. And if somebody on your side says something fucked up, then be like, hey, that was a little fucked up.
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
Ben Affleck.
Yeah. See, me, I tell everybody all the time because I confuse the fuck out of people. You got to realize I'm a New Yorker, so, well, Holly, you know exactly what I'm talking about, what I'm about to say. I'm a centrist. Seriously, that's as far over to the right as people from our neighborhood get. Seriously, we're very liberal. We're very progressive in New York. There is everyone from all walk of life, but around our way. You got no idea. Holly can attest. She's from Smithtown. I'm from Lindenhurst. There are millions of people on Long Island. You got Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau, Suffolk. We got all walks of life. You got people doing all sorts of shit around there. So you can't really be like old school, like classical conservative, like the shit from the 20th century that I was. Like what I grew up with thinking conservative was. That's why it's, when I hear people say they're conservative nowadays, like it's still hard for me to like completely understand what all the younger people mean, because conservative when I was younger, it meant that, homosexual bad, transsexual bad, basically everything bad, everything has to do with the devil.
The only place you find that in New York is around all the WASPs.
Yes. Thank you.
And that's the only place you find that. Everywhere else, everybody's like mixed in. It's all melting. I mean, all the neighborhoods run together. There's like Italians, Jews, Catholics. I mean, just like everything's everywhere, and everybody gets along with everybody else, and it works. But the only place that you'll find that
should I give a damn what you're doing in your bedroom?
Yeah.
The only place you'll find that is the WASPs.
Yeah.
You go out there, they are nuts.
Yeah, in chat, Freedom for All just asked me how many Islam. Well, for example, we have like you have the different sects. Obviously, you know about the different sects of Islam. Like I don't know what sect it is, but like my nephew's wife, my niece, she's an Albanian Muslim. You know, the ones that wear the like the neckerchief, not like the whole like pajamas like ninjas, just the shawl over their head the way they look like peasant women.
What is it?
Hijab.
Is it hijab?
No, not a hijab.
Yeah.
Not even a
It's called
hijab.
burqa.
No.
I guess
No, the
it's like a
burqa
scarf. It's like
is the whole thing.
Niqab is the one
The
that covers
niqab.
everything but the eyes.
Niqab covers everything but the eyes. What's this? Just the.
It's just the hair. It's just the think like the women you see in like the villages with like they got the cart full of turnips and it's being pulled by goats. I'm not saying this shit. I'm talking like in the movie Borat. She's from that part of the world.
Oh, babushkas.
Like the Russian, like that. She's Albanian. So
it's either a shayla or a shador. I think it's more likely a shayla. You see her neck?
Nope. Niqab. It's a niqab.
Niqab covers everything but the eyes.
The niqab is it's under the hijab. It's like a face covering.
Yeah, no, the hijab wraps around their head and neck. The shayla, their neck would be exposed, but their hair is covered.
There's the shayla.
The shayla. There you go.
Thank you. Okay, now that I gotta ask this girl next time I see her just to double check. Like, honey, what the hell is that on top of your head? She's very sweet. No, seriously, it's my nephew's wife. She's the sweetest thing, and she voted for Trump because she was, I think it was her brother. It was her brother that said to me, he's like, Scoob, I work, 5 days a week. He's like, I'm working about, because he was working full time on the books, and then he was working full time off the books. So he's like, I'm working 16 hours a day. He said, and he said, I try to be devout. I try to pray 5 times to Mecca. He's like, I don't want to leave the place, and go pray. He's like, so I go and I lock up really quick and I use the bathroom. He's like, if they found out I was doing that, he's like, that's a sin. He's like, I'm in there, and I'm praying to Mecca like right on the floor by the bathroom. He said, I voted for Trump. He's like, and I'll tell you why. He's like, I want that shit with the airports. I want him to have them scanning people coming in. He's like, because I don't want to take my family on Friday to, like the mosque for service. He's like, and there's some wild-eyed son of a bitch down in the basement making pipe bombs. It's like, I don't want that. That's why we came to America, to get away from that shit.
My man.
So that's one of the things I don't like how the left, you know what I'm saying? As somebody who grew up in a diverse area, and around diverse people. I don't like how the left tries to speak for these people, because around here, the left of the elites behind gated communities. They live in like, nice neighborhoods. And the thing of it is, like, they try to speak for us. Like, you know what? I go up into Brentwood, to the El Salvadorian neighborhood where MS-13 is, where the president keeps coming to speak. I'm up at, that's where my college is. I actually was there those 2 times he showed up. And, I go up into that neighborhood. And this is the thing. They're fucking scared in that neighborhood. The El Salvadorian folks, the Dominicans, the Honduras people, they want that border wall because they're, obviously a lot of them did come here illegally, but they were fleeing from the shit that followed them here. And a lot of them told me, they're like, look, Scoop, we'll go through the process. Like, we'll even come back if we have to. He's got to do something. It's an epidemic. They said the past 10 years, they've like swept in. They're destroying our community.
Well, you go with the El Salvadorians came here legally, man.
No, a lot of them in my neighborhood, like they've been sneaking in lately illegally. You got to realize
they came here. They came here legally. They had a free pass because of the war that happened down there.
I'm aware of that, bro. I'm aware of that. Trust me. Trust me.
Like a lot of people don't know that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know that. Yeah, and same thing. We got like my next door neighbors. They're Polish. They just came here too because of shit that's going on over there. And
now,
a lot
Poland's taking back their nationalist identity, aren't they?
Yeah. But I'm saying though, like, bless you. There's there's a lot of people from the El Salvadorian community that have started sneaking in illegally in like the past 10 years or so. These are the MS-13s. There's a lot of people in the Honduras community. They're another one of them number gangs. I'll let you guys, I don't want to show my face on stream, but like if I'll let you see afterwards, you can see a couple of the scars I got. I got my head kicked in when I was 18 years old by one of these Latin gangs because they snuck in. I'm not sure which one of them it was, but we got in my neighborhood. We got MS-13. We got some other one that's got like an 18 in the number. We got the Latin Kings. We got the Nietas. We got all these different gangs up in here. We got the Colombians. Then when you get a little bit further down, like Holly, how long ago did you leave the island?
Oh, I was little.
Okay.
We went back and forth for a while, but then eventually we moved my grandma here because it was easier to take care of her. But I was little.
All right. Well, now in the past, like, let's say 20 years, since all that shit's been going on in China, we've had a lot of an influx of Chinese and Koreans. We have the largest amount of Chinese people and Korean people per capita outside of China and Korea, respectively.
You sure? I thought that was Toronto.
No. It's a smaller area, but it's just more concentrated. You got to realize that it's not as big as Toronto, not by a long shot. It's a smaller area.
The Chinese are bidding up the fucking market up there in fucking Toronto with the illegal money and shit.
They changed the name of Flushing.
DC, Vancouver,
Queens.
Canada-wise. They're up in Canada hardcore, but it's more the West Coast.
Yeah, Vancouver.
Yeah. I thought like up there in Canada, man, like they're a major fucking. They're not a problem. Yeah. Like the Chinese, they're good people. They're hardworking. They're actually better employed than native Canadians are. You know what I mean? This is why I made my video. I was like, y'all shouldn't be bitching about the Asians. Like, they're fucking cool. Like, them motherfuckers are getting it done.
No, we got a big problem over here.
People in the United States apply it to Native Americans in Canada, and the stats are approximately the same.
What?
We have now.
No, I'm talking about like the white people in Canada. I'm not talking about like the original people. I'm just saying normal Canadians, like white folks and whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was I gonna say? If you look, they actually changed the name of Flushing, Queens. Like, if you remember The Nanny, the TV show with Fran Drescher.
I like that show. That was a good show.
Yeah, that was in Flushing. It ain't like that no more there. Now it's all Chinese. Now, the reason I say they're a problem is I don't got a problem with the Chinese people, but you see, the thing is, the Communist Party came with them. They actually took over that part of the library, so you go in there and they got like a hammer and sickle and shit. It's no joke.
Like I defend a lot of immigrants all the time because they're like fucking. I'm in the trucking business, you know what I mean. I constantly see fucking Muslim motherfuckers, but they're getting it in. You know what I mean? They're working, they're handling their fucking business, and they're about the American dream. Like they want to get it done, the same as we do. They're out here grinding and shit.
Tom, you're preaching to the choir, baby. My fucking mother's an anchor, baby. Seriously. Irv is first generation Canadian. His father is an immigrant. Seriously, bro. This is an immigrant
Preaching to the
friendly
choir with me
stream.
too. You one of the my high school was actually a magnet school for people looking to go into seminary.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot of kids from China. And between that and foreign policy things, it's one of the reasons why I do not think China is that big of a threat in world politics, because the Chinese large minority who are actually Christians despise the central government. If it were not for the existing nationalism, that country would be in civil war right now. No question.
Oh yeah. Well, it's because they took away all of the means of production over there, so they have no way to produce any weaponry, any gunpowder, any propellants. It's almost impossible to produce any of the above. Like that's the thing. Like me and Tom were talking about it last night when we were talking about the economy, and part of the thing that's actually affecting the economy overall is because of what a monolith China has become, and how they are able to dominate in any industry. And they've created the microcosm within themselves because they allow each of the different villages to compete against each other in that mock form of capitalism that they have over there. So they're actually able to produce goods of a certain quality because they're able to control the output. It's wild the way that they have it working over there. They've instituted an incentive-based system, but
they're having an issue now where the middle class got built to the point of where fucking it's no longer even fucking, able to be doing production over there on a profitable basis.
Yeah. Well, wrap your head around this. The middle class was the commodity. Think about that. The middle class people were actually what the commodity was. The people themselves were the commodity because catering to them became the business. So they became the commodity like cattle.
Well, with the one-child policy and shit, now they're what they call them little princes, the fucking sons that were born to these Chinese motherfuckers and shit. They're all fat and eating chicken nuggets every day and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole dude, seriously, man, look, it's 12 o'clock now. We're about to fucking hop off this bitch, and we're finally bringing up a goddamn subject that's worth fucking discussing. You know what I mean?
The beauty of it. Irv has after hours,
dude. China's got. Oh yeah, I'm doing after hours. Don't you worry. But China's got these fucking huge city blocks in multiple cities where males are the only people who live there because so many Chinese have some in one way or another discarded female babies in favor of males. And now there's all these males and not enough females. Where here in the West, we actually have shifted 55-45 female to male. We females outnumber us.
Yeah, I know. And China, I'm trying to say, how the fuck are females? How are females oppressed when they're like fucking 60% of the goddamn electorate and 55% of the population? Like, how the fuck is that even possible that they're able to say that shit?
We're gonna talk about
that. What's the term?
Patriarchy.
Internalized misogyny.
Internalized misogyny. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But here's the thing, like, think about how many things women get for free. Like, I know because I've exploited it. My boobs are 34 triple D. Like, if I want to drink at a bar, I'm not paying for it.
No, of course you're not. Why? Because you're probably sexy.
Because you have a vagina and you can
take
advantage of
I look like
these
my
dudes.
avatar. Just this one is a painting and not.
Irving would have relations with you, but he shoots too low.
Like you see how I look, home. Like yo, I don't buy no fucking drinks.
I would never suggest that I'm oppressed. I have a lot of opportunity.
It's you know the great irony about this, and yes, it is a shame, but people have pointed out the inherent hypocrisy. If someone believes in the pink tax, do we all know what that concept is?
Yeah,
Yes.
I know the concept.
Okay. The pink tax actually proves women are catered to. Because nobody tells the girl, no, you get the blue helmet. They say, okay, you can have the pink helmet. The boys tell, no, you have the pink helmet, even though you want the blue one. If you think about it, the fact that a business can get away, just give them the premise. Just give them the whole premise for the sake of argument.
I don't know.
Get away with charging you.
The idea of Pinoid is that women pay more for products that men pay less for.
Yeah, it sounds like gibberish. It's nonsense.
Yeah, in reality, it is.
It is.
Products are different, right? Women's products are different. They use different materials. They're
No,
engineered.
not all of them.
So
Literally, not all of them.
Some of them are just colored pink. It's true.
Yeah, look, seriously.
Yeah, and they charge $5 more for the same fucking thing.
Yo,
so
you
buy the mouse one. Buy the non-pink one.
I buy
okay, before we get too far down this tangent, I just want to say the only reason I brought this up was for the sake of argument. I do not believe in the pink text whatsoever. I think it's a retarded idea too.
Yeah, I think it's fucking retarded. It's the dumbest shit ever. And like the history of mankind, like, there's been dumber ideas, but still, fuck, it's stupid. It's dumb as fuck. Yo.
It's stupid, but let's just engage the thought so we can engage it for just enough so we can get a rational point out of it.
This bitch, you know what I'm saying? Now you're fucking gotta have me off on a goddamn tangent and shit. And I want to argue with Scoob for fuck's sake. And fucking Scoob, you fucking hit me up all day. I was the fuck around. I even came home early to be on this goddamn bitch with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I was gonna go fishing and fucking hang out.
I appreciate that. I got stuck with my wife, bro. I'm sorry. She was dragging me all over creation. It was just,
you know what I mean? Like, yo, legit, I had my economics hat on today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was ready to rock with you. Real shit. Like, I want to get it the fuck in because I want to have this conversation with somebody on fucking stream.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I would have loved to have it too. I didn't get the chance.
Unfortunately, Scooby's wife abused her female privilege.
It's not female privilege. It's just
all right,
life.
Scooby, I love you, but I'm bouncing. Lucky Pop Tart invited me to Minions, and I told her I'd be in after Chaos.
Oh,
okay, cool.
Do it up. Good for you, Tara.
Have fun, Tara.
Shit, and he's
it was nice to meet you.
Fucking stream.
Nice to meet you. You can find me on Discord.
Okay, cool.
I'm in Scooby's channel.
Or if you go out to the motherfucking ground, there's a big ass hole. That's her vagina. Just say hi.
It's like the Sarlacc monster from.
That's just because he only says that because he thinks his dick is that big. When we actually know, I need a microscope to find it.
Industrial lube involved. It's all types of fuck.
It's the moon monster and the Sarlacc monster, and they meet.
Nice.
Right, I'll see
I'm gonna write a Star Wars porn.
Bye. Fan fiction. We will read it.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, you got to make sure you write it. Write something really, really out there because Weibo will read it aloud on stream. And it's one of the things now people have come up with. It's like one of the new things on the internet. Find shit to torment Weibo to read on stream. So, by all means.
Oh my God, Will, you gave me a name. Star Wars.
Oh, there you go. Awesome.
I actually found a website. It's called Deep Underground Poetry, and I read poetry off of that. They do erotic poetry, and there's one called Soapin' in the Shower, which is all about how when you fuck in the shower, you end up with pussy farts.
Yeah, that happens. Like, especially I'm a fatter dude. Like, you end up like the skin going while you're trying to get it in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hear that in my sleep.
It's a whole poem.
You're welcome.
And I believe the phrase that everybody loses it on is when he says the poot Putin cooter, and manages to make it fit in there.
Oh Lord!
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, seriously. I have no response to that. Seriously, you made me lose my whole train of thought. I did have something I was going to say. For the life of me now, I can't think of what it is. Sorry. Well, yeah, you threw me for a complete loop. Seriously.
I'm sorry. Pussy farts usually does that.
Yeah, seriously, that is kind of no. I think it was the rest of it too. It was just seriously that's like some Buddhist shit. You just cleared my mind right now. I should be able to levitate.
So now deep underground poetry is transcendent.
Sure, why not?
Has it not always been?
I mean,
whoa, man, you blew my mind.
I know.
I'm usually
right?
into the baser things. I just try to get off and move on as quickly as possible.
Yo, what the fuck just happened? My man just fucking. Yo, did you see what happened with Craig?
What?
Was anybody watching? Like he was there, and there was a picture, and then he came right fucking back. Like yo, he moved like the fucking Flash and shit. I think he might be a vampire.
Just some delay.
Look, it went back to it again.
Just petting my cat.
Awesome.
Well, I left a link in the chat for anybody who's interested in hearing and reading Pussy Farts for themselves. Peruse it at your leisure.
Well, there you go.
That's
Irvin.
I'm gonna say,
Dude, man,
all right. Now I'm
for that
sure
fucking
you
YouTube watch page. Dude, I need to chill
at this point.
I'm sorry, you two were talking at the same time.
Like this chick, I've only known her a moment. We haven't actually had proper like personal interactions, but I get a good vibe off of this one. Hit that fucking link and sub and shit to this woman.
Yeah, definitely.
She seems cool. Yeah.
Who?
You.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I guess I'm starting my YouTube channel again. I actually didn't. I stopped doing YouTube for a while because this guy was threatening me, and this girl like kicked me off Twitter, and shit got a little bit crazy. So I just like pulled all my content and was like, fuck it.
All that tells me is that you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I hide my identity.
And that's why Quiz and I are mad that we haven't had fucking strikes or bans from fucking Twitter, because we must be doing something not fucking real enough. We're not reaching enough people. You're obviously doing something if people hate you.
I didn't have
mariachi bands, dude.
I didn't think like I would get the perma ban because I've had a Twitter since 2012, and like probably every 2 weeks somebody would like flag it, and then it would come back. And then they sent me the email, and they're like, "You're permanently banned, and if you try to come back, then we also banned your IP." So I had like a secondary account that was not linked at all to the other one, and I'm like, whatever. And they banned that one too. So like
get a VPN, baby. You're in the US.
Yeah, so I had to get a VPN.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, seriously? And then they told me that it was violating the terms of service because it was a secondary account. And I was like, but I had that before the terms of service changed. You're not going to grandfather me in? All right.
Remember, Jack doesn't know how to run his company.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He's going to get sued harder than Facebook.
Yeah. They lost like 90% of their stock value, and they're barely surviving as it is. And if
Twitter,
they don't let people,
Facebook, or both.
Twitter. Facebook lost like 40%. It's pretty hard.
Facebook advertising is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I have advertised on Facebook and I got dick out of it. Like nothing at all, dude. Like when I first started my YouTube page and shit, like, I used to run like $10 ads on fucking Facebook all the fucking time, and I got nothing. No views out of that shit.
Yeah.
They know who you are and they don't want to promote you.
Public forum now, Will Pittman says. Yeah.
No. Here's how I characterize it. Zuckbot 2.2 is not abused. Ban now.
Yes.
We'll talk about that public forum concept on After Hours.
That's what I've been trying to ask you now for like 10 minutes. You got the link ready yet for After Hours?
Oh my God, no! Because I can't. Hold on. No, because I can't be in this hangout and start the other hangout and have a. I can't do it all at once. But
Okay,
trust me,
gotcha.
everyone watching, goddamn. Okay, let's do outros, and I'm gonna start now. Irving Twin, the angry, very drunk Canadian. I will be doing After Hours. Irving Twin, that's my YouTube channel. I'm the only Irving Twin on the goddamn internet. If you want to watch, search me and just wait patiently for a moment or two. I'll set it up. Yeah, we're gonna discuss this shit. Yes, Will Pittman. Yes, Will Pittman. After Hours is happening.
Yeah,
So, you're
After Hours
the
is
only
on
Irving twin, so then does that make you not a twin?
You know what? If you look real close and you pay attention, you might be able to tell the difference. But I doubt if you watch all of my videos, I don't think you can tell who's who.
Oh my god, you guys are twins?
You have to watch the videos and see.
It's so much work and I'm
They're
blonde.
literally all Canadian, so I understand, like a New York native who moved to Florida, you don't want to sit through all that. We get it. But After Hours is fun. It's always fun. Okay.
And American Cult says Jeff Goldblum is the other twin.
Nice.
Everyone's just mad that I murdered that fucking woman, Charles Bronson's wife, back in fucking 74.
Yo, man, everybody needs to check this dude out, dude. Like real shit. He is the best YouTuber you never heard of. Real shit, man.
No. Don't even.
Yes. Shut your fucking mouth.
Don't even. No,
Irv's
you're
the man.
Y'all think far too highly of me.
Irving, do we have to go over this again? No, run for office, damn it. You can do it.
No.
All right, go set your fucking Google Hangouts out. I'm gonna show you out some more.
Show
Be a better Trudeau.
Well,
Yo, don't be Trudeau. Be better.
That's what I just said. I said be a better Trudeau.
No,
See, that's
no.
the problem.
I
You
want to
don't
be
be a
an
better Trudeau. You just plain be better.
Jesus Christ. Let's. That guy's what? 6'1", 190. I'm 5'10", 160. Let's get in the ring
And
together.
you're more of a man than he is.
Together and determine who's fucking king of Canada.
Yo, can I throw my
Oh my God.
for this fucking ring? Can I get in this fight?
Can we have an actual King of Canada contest?
Oh God, I'm just picturing Irving versus Trudeau.
I'll fucking beat the shit out of that kid. Oh my God, he doesn't know nothing about boxing.
No,
You need to get a luchador mask that matches your flag, Irvin. Seriously.
Let's be honest, though. Ty Domi would win King of Canada.
Yeah, no, Ty would fuck me up. Okay.
He'd fuck everybody up. That man is. He has
He's
a
like
huge
50,
head
right?
too.
He'd still beat my fucking.
His head is gigantic.
Yeah, no.
Like he just has a massive head.
That melon-headed kid would fucking beat the shit out of me.
One thing is for sure, even though he's a complete idiot, he has one nice ass. That's for sure.
My boy is sexy, but he's a terrible leader. He's a terrible negotiator. He's done everything wrong for every. Foster,
at least I'm
sexy.
sexy.
Come on to After Hours. Don't just tell me you're fucking popping in here to be like, I'm Foster and shilling my shit. You're alive, right? You're gonna come to my After Hours?
Yeah, I mean, I can come to your After Hours. The problem was when I was trying to get in here, we were just full. So
yeah, I'm in.
Anything fun?
But if we are in the midst of shilling, no, I'm just kidding. I haven't been here all week. I haven't been here all stream. I have no right to shill.
You can. You just
shill first.
That's fine, Foster. You can take the place of my shilling because I literally have nothing to show right now.
All right.
Yeah, Will Pittman, you can come to After Hours. You can come watch. Yeah, Foster, go ahead, bro. Shill. Yeah, I gotta actually run over here really quick. Anyway, I got the dog. Give me a second. I'll be
There
right
he is, Big Dick Daddy Foster.
Hello, what's going on, my sexy little oven dodger?
Nothing. I got kicked off of Twitter, and now you want to invite me to do voices in your videos anymore.
Well, that's because I don't know how to contact you from this point forward. Is there like any other way I can reach out to you? You got like Discord?
Using Gab.
I'm on the Discord.
Oh, you're on Discord? Okay. Remind me. Yeah, remind me to send you a link to my Discord so I can get you in there.
You could also use Gab. The
I do use Gab. But their app sucks.
Now the thing about
it doesn't message you when you get messages, and then the messages go away after 24 hours, and I feel like a dick because I'm like, oh man, I was not ignoring you. I just didn't know that this was.
Yeah, nah. No, the problem with Gab really for me that I've noticed is that it just doesn't work with my Google, and that's just a pain in the ass for me.
Yeah.
So, but anyways,
sucks too.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Messiah of Keck, aka the guy who kind of sort of sounds like Kermit, aka the guy who can kind of sort of sound like Elmo, aka Dick Daddy Foster. What I would like to show to you all tonight is my new merch that is currently up on Teespring. It's one of 2 t-shirt varieties. Order now, and I think they have some sort of special going on for Father's Day. Yeah, delivery before Father's Day with rush shipping. So why not put in an order for some Messiah of Keck merch? That's my shilling.
Nice. What's on the
Tom
shirt?
Pease. Yeah, I'm Tom Pease with P No News. How the fuck y'all doing tonight? Y'all know the situation. If y'all ain't gonna jump in, my ass is gonna hop in. Dude, closed mouth don't get fucking fed. That's how the hell shit operates in my neck of the woods. I don't know about y'all, but anyway, y'all can come check me out on Pinoy News. I get it I'm hoping to be on fucking After Hours. If the best YouTuber that all y'all motherfuckers never heard of don't put me on, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping he puts me the fuck on because I love fucking talking to my mans and them. You know what I mean? I also love talking economics, but my boy Scooby's ducking me, you know what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker who owes me money and shit. But in the meantime, like I say, peace be like one, and check out my boy Accelerate's channel. You catch me on Discord, Twitter, and motherfucking YouTube. And probably on Facebook too, if you really want to look me up. I'm fucking over there chilling, doing whatever the fuck it is I do. And you can also catch Pinoy News on motherfucking Facebook as well. We got a Facebook page because who the fuck don't got a goddamn Facebook page in this fucking day and age? For fuck's sake.
I don't.
Yo, I got one. I got a Facebook page. You know what I'm saying? Because it's completely fucking worthless. You know what I mean? I gave him a bullshit fake credit card and they motherfucking, you know what I mean, ran up like $100 worth of charges. Holla at your boy.
Nice.
Who's next?
Did you all go already?
No, I haven't gone yet.
All right, Greg. Let's see what you got, brother.
I'm Craig Bragg. I have a YouTube channel of the same name. My most recent video is called, let me remember here, Anita Sarkeesian at Gen Con. What the actual fuck? So
yes.
Check it out. It's only about 11 minutes long.
What indeed the actual fuck? She's still relevant?
Yeah, I know, right? That's the thing. YouTube Poison is going to Gen Con and she's an honored guest. So I talk about it for about 12 minutes.
Literally who?
Anita Sarkeesian, yeah.
Literally who?
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
So anyway, that's my latest video, but I got about almost 100 videos in there, so check them out.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
and my man Craig Bragg, don't like he's done some great fucking work, and some motherfuckers, some internet psychopaths want to say, "Oh, Irving Twin, you should run for office." No, Craig Bragg should run for office, and I would support that guy. All right, you got a proper clean cut. Oh my god,
Here we do not.
No. He's got everything I do, plus experience, plus a clean goddamn record. Okay? If we don't get behind him, we don't get behind anything.
Yeah. Well,
that's how I feel about it, okay?
We'll see. Tell you what, if you run for office and you get in, you make me a senator. If I run for office and I get in, I'll make you a senator.
You know what? I got a good buddy, and you know what? The three of us should have a private chat, and we'll all run together, and you guys will make it, and I'll be a fucking
senator. Hey, it's a lifetime appointment, man. You don't even
Yeah,
have to
no,
show up.
let's do that. You guys get into office and appoint me, Senator. Let's do it. Do it.
Nice.
Oh my God.
All right. Let me see now. So you all went already, right?
I think so.
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, please go.
And neither is Mac.
And I just returned from work actually now a few minutes ago. So finally.
That's what's wrong with the French. They only work like a fucking 20-minute goddamn workday and shit.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you live in Europe and exploit all of the benefits.
Well, Mac, you got anything you want to show?
I'm afraid not. Not at the moment.
You know what? Let me on your behalf, Mac. I owe this guy, and I think Bartender. Who in my Discord is affiliated with no one?
Me.
It is Bartender. Okay, I knew it. I thought it was you. I owe these guys a stream. I'm gonna do it this month. Sometime in June, we'll hash it out. Let's do it on Discord, and I'm gonna give them, because I'm not educated the way they are. They're gonna give me an education, what they know about, in particular, what happened between Croatia, Serbia, and Europe in general. That region of Europe. You guys are gonna just fucking talk at me and to each other, and I'm gonna host you if that's good enough for you. I hope it is, because you guys are so much better versed in all of this than I am. So
I want to watch.
You don't give yourself enough credit.
Sometime this month, yeah, these guys are gonna educate me.
Nice.
Well, we have to arrange the
Yes.
schedule and everything.
Yo, he's free anytime other than the 20 minutes a day he works.
All right, now, all right, cool.
If
cool.
I could
I
just
definitely.
go before
I
you
was gonna say I
finish.
want to hear my man now.
Well, I'm Rational Outlaw. I do political / commentary videos. I will be working on some videos that will be coming hopefully in the next couple weeks. One will be on racism in America. Not the what the left tries to say is racism. I'll phrase it's going to be a bit more of an
The actual
explanation of what I'm going to
racism.
be talking about. Anyways, another is going to be a collaboration video on defending pit bulls, and there's also going to be a guest video I'm going to have on my channel by Southern Wolf. So watch out for all those videos. And yeah, you can follow me on my YouTube channel at Rational Outlaw. You can also find me on minds.com at Mr. Rational Outlaw. You can also get me on Twitter, Facebook, Gab, a bunch of different social media. And I'll see y'all later.
Beautiful. You know, Outlaw, I didn't know that you were doing one about pit bulls.
Yeah, I have my dog is a half pit bull, so I have
So
also.
Patches.
Hmm.
Patches
Yeah,
is
I'm-
half pit, and he's a rescue.
Hmm.
All of my dogs that are rescues. Yeah, I've been doing it for oh god, probably the better part of 30 years since I was a kid. We've been rescuing dogs. That's really cool, man. Definitely. Yeah. Could you please definitely let me know when that video is done? I definitely want to see that, man.
Sure.
All right, cool. Are you going to do after hours?
Yeah, I think I'll go on.
Oh, sure, I'm down for it.
All right, awesome. Well, good. That means that I guess that means we're all going on to after hours. Well, not me. I got to actually crash out. I got to take my wife tomorrow. We got shit to do in the morning. Tom, you going to be around in the afternoon?
Yeah, I'm fucking always the goddamn around. Just hit me the fuck up and let me know when you need to get it done.
All right, awesome. I was actually usually in the afternoons. I do actually do a few things. So okay, cool. I'll hit you guys up tomorrow afternoon. Oh, I do actually have something. It might be tomorrow. Or it might be Sunday. I don't know. I have to show for myself anyway. You guys want to hear this?
Of course.
I've been mentioning it a few times, but check this out. It's either tomorrow or Sunday. Here in my neighborhood, Harley, you might remember hearing about this when you were a kid. We have it. We're famous for it in Lindenhurst. It's they have this thing where it's a tractor pull, and people come from all over the tri-state area, and they come specifically to my town, and it's a type of tractor pull for firemen. And what they do is they take these converted like 1930s fire trucks, and they have these huge blower engines coming out of the hood, and they do a quarter mile. And what they do is when they get to the end of the quarter mile, they then extend a ladder up like 2 or 3 stories to this catwalk, and they have to run as fast as they can up the ladder, ring this bell, get back down, and get back on the truck, and then finish like do another quarter mile. And that's what they got to do to win. It's this sick like 2-part race that they have, and it's all firemen. And I'm gonna go tomorrow and try to to film it, because this is the thing. It's Long Island rednecks. Think about that. Think about what I just said. Think about rednecks that sound like me, but worse. Yeah.
Sound like me?
It sounds like an interesting combination.
Yeah. It's basically you're going to go and you're going to see a bunch of people that look like Bubba, but then when they open their mouth, they're all like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? How is everything? That's basically what I'm going to be filming. Yeah. That's what I'm going to be filming tomorrow or Sunday. That's what I got lined up. If you guys could, please tune in tomorrow night. It's on Weibo's channel. She's hosting, I think. I don't know. Is she back from Greece? Does anyone know?
I don't know. I think she got back from Greece.
Oh,
yeah, she did. She's talking about how she took a trip to a winery.
Okay.
Okay, she is. Go ahead.
Well, I haven't heard from the girl. I don't want to put words in her mouth. As far as I'm guessing, she's hosting tomorrow. I don't want to take away from it if she isn't. Right. We'll find out tomorrow. I might be giving this under false pretense, but as far as I'm guessing, Weibo's hosting. I hope so. I look forward to hearing about her trip. As for me, I'm Scooby331. You already know that because you're on my channel. You guys can follow me here. I'm on Minds.com, GabAI, Patreon, and PayPal. I am currently banned on Twitter as not Scooby331. Don't think I'm getting back on there anytime soon. And yeah, I'm gonna just try to drop videos as they come. I'm doing a stream on Sunday with Tara, her little brother American Celt, and the YouTube's most famous Kermit the Frog impersonator, Scribelight. So it's gonna be interesting. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I got coming down the pike. Listen, guys, it's like flipping a channel on a network. I'm ending this stream. We're gonna have After Hours going on Irving Twins channel right now, and it blows me out of the water. Yeah, seriously, guys, what you just watched, this is just a warm up for Irving's channel. Seriously, Irv's After Hours blows me out the water constantly.
You have no idea how drunk I can get.
Seriously. And if you guys tune in, and if he gets, I'm gonna say this right now, if Irv's After Hours gets more than 30 viewers, he will, at the end of the stream, lean back, take a Zippo off of his shelf, and he will belch a fireball. But only if he gets over 30 viewers, so you guys have to tune in. All right. For CHAOS120, I'm Scooby331. Thank you so much for tuning in. Chat, thank you guys. And, yeah, thank you again. Good night, all. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hail Sigmar.
Night.
All hail the blue whale.
Yeah.